Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mercy Kill. This is episode 55, Kirby's return to Dreamland with Kirby Master. Not with the H exaggerated, we talked about that, but we'll talk about that later on. So, a few announcements on behalf of GDQ. First of all, it's wonderful to be here with y'all. I'm your host, Skybills, and AGDQ 2023 Online will be January 8th through the 15th. Head on over to GameStoneQuick.com for more information. Game submissions are closed. Tweet at GameStoneQuick and let us know what you'd like to see on the schedule. Fright Fatale is a one-day event on October 23rd to celebrate spooky season with dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns from the Frame Fatale community. Use !Fright in Twitch chat to learn more about this one-off event. And with that being said, Kirby, you are here running Kirby.
I know, right? I know.
And,
how are you doing? I see you holding an interesting thing in your hands there. Kind of spooky there.
It's just my plastic scythe. It's not real.
Okay. Very safe. I gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Very, very safe. So, I want to ask why Kirby, but it's like right in your name, right? So I feel like there must be some more to this lore.
So, like, this game is probably one of your first games I've publicly speedran ever, honestly. And I think the route is, like, heavily pretty much written by me, basically. And I don't think it's changed that much, at least with the one controller. Of course, obviously, there's a community behind it. I've just lurked in the community speedrun Discord. Because I don't really run any Kirby games currently. But there's a lot of really awesome people there, too, like Shasta, Demolition, and a lot of Japanese runners, too. I started speedrunning, actually, through ILs of individual level speedruns of games like Kirby Superstar Ultra, which has, like, an arena mode and stuff. And I also named myself this because Kirby is my main in most Smash games. In all the Smash games besides Melee, because he's kind of not very good in Melee. But, yeah. And he's just one of my favorite characters ever, and very, very unique name that's just kind of stuck at this point. And it's like, well, this guy named Kirby runs Fire Emblem now, apparently. I'm like, yeah, cool. That's me.
So, we were talking about this a little bit in the pre-show. It has been a long time since you've run this particular Kirby game.
Yeah. So my PB was back in 2016. If I remember correctly, that run was kind of just a YOLO run because this game just got re-released on the digital eShop of the Wii U. So I just did 2 or 3 runs and I PB'd because of faster loads. But I think the last time I ran this game more seriously was back in 2012, 2013. And I ran this at SGDQ 2013, which was the first GDQ I've ever done a speedrun in, period.
Wow.
So 9 years ago was when I ran this game super seriously.
Well, that's what I love to hear. The more Rust, the better for this show. So, when you were going through the list, we have Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Were there any others that almost made the cut for you tonight for you to play? Because you've played a lot of speedruns.
Yeah, just a bit. Kirby Superstar Ultra was also probably up there, because I also did a lot of groundwork for a 100% speedrun for that, alongside Anwaru, who's I think he's pretty much a retired speedrunner at this point, unfortunately, but he's also just a pretty cool guy. But that's also a DS game, and running DS games in a show like this is kind of annoying, not gonna lie, especially for layouts. But this game, I have a more personal connection with this game than Kirby Superstar Ultra. And a lot of other games that I've cycled through a lot of different games over the past 4 or 5 years, and none of them are rusty to the point of how rusty I am with this game, basically. Sure, I could offer Metroid Fusion or Metroid Prime 2. I haven't done a serious run of those, but I've also been playing randomizers for those too, which is kind of speedrunning it. So that, I don't know if that really counts.
It does. It's speedrunning adjacent, as I call it.
It's speedrunning adjacent, right? Meaning it's not as rusty as I would be with this kind of game.
Absolutely. So before we get started on the run, any backup strats or anything you can remember that you're going to do that you wouldn't quite do in the speedrun, but you would to defeat the timer here?
We'll see. We'll see. This game does have mixes. Most Kirby games do have mixes, and unfortunately for this game, it is actually random. So you have to react to the mix. In other words, in most Kirby games, you eat 2 or 3 enemies with an ability, you get a roulette, and you get to time getting any ability you want from that. In this game, the same thing applies, except the roulette is completely random, and it's very fast. But thankfully, you don't really have to rely on it too much in the speedrun for 100%. And there are backups for failing it, so it's not a big deal to miss. That's the scary thing, but you know, we'll see. Also, this was a complete coincidence. Sky and I planned this before the Direct announced that there was a remaster for this game. I'm like, well, you know, I love this game, so I don't mind.
Absolutely. We'll call it a beautiful mistake in that we didn't know. We had absolutely no idea, and I love it when things like that turn out. All right, Kirby, your timer is 3 hours and 15 minutes. Kirby says, I probably will not need this time, but we're going to do that. That seems like a very nice and whole estimate. Kirby, when you're ready to go, let us know. I am ready to see some gaming here.
Okay. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to go back because we were enjoying some music there. And we have a new file here. So I think we start the timer on hitting 2 on main mode. This is a Wii game, and this is, I think, I guess I never really introduced this game directly, but this is kind of like the first 2D Kirby platformer that kind of goes back to the Kirby Superstar style, sort of. What that means is that it kind of goes back into the style of like having like 20 to 25 abilities, and every ability has just a really big fleshed out moveset. So like every ability is practically its own character, which is what I really liked about Kirby Superstar. Some DS games kind of delved into that a little bit, like Squeak Squads and Amazing Mirror had some movesets, but nothing to the degree that Superstar and this game had. And then like pretty much every 2D Kirby game afterwards kind of followed suit. Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot. By the way, if you like playing with giant mechs, play Planet Robobot. That's probably my favorite Kirby game. But anyways, the goal of this category is to do 100% main mode. I'm not going to do 100% everything on a file because that would just take way too long. And I think my PB is like a 2 hour, 47-minute run, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. But if we have the timer up, I can kind of go over what's required during some of the cutscenes. We have a timer?
I do believe we should have a timer. Yep.
Awesome. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So we found this guy named Magalore who is shipwrecked. That's the plot, and we're a good guy, so we're gonna go find the ship parts. There are 5 worlds, and there's a ship part at the end of each world, and we're gonna collect them all and save a ship. Spoiler alert, there are more than 5 worlds, but I won't get into more details about that. And the goal of 100%, the main goal of 100% is to collect all the energy spheres, which you can kind of see the icons in the upper left corner. They're kind of the main collectibles of this game. So you can kind of just see already that it's exactly 3. And you can also tell the main forward move movement, at least as Naked Kirby, is sliding, because that is generally faster than just running. And we're going to eat our first ability here at Cutter. One of the reasons I love this category is because you see every ability showcased, at least with the route that I'm using. It's probably a little outdated because I haven't ran this game in almost a decade. You can kind of see Cutter just being a little bit faster in general, allowing me to cross gaps. Yeah, that works okay. And I'll probably die because I don't remember a lot of the spacing for a lot of stuff. And then we have, yeah, we eat fire here. Fire, which is, you know, the classic go fast ability. Okay. All right, there's our first energy sphere. And that's the game being like, hey, this is energy sphere. You want to collect these. I don't think you're strictly required to collect any number of them to beat the game. You just need them for 100%. Let's see, what else is there? Okay. In this game, yeah, there we go. So this game also has a gimmick with ultra abilities. That's what they sound like. They're kind of temporary super abilities where you just get to kill everything in the way. So I'll just show it off for fun. Whee! Hey! And that's also Kirby's final smash and smash, by the way. You can kind of see the problem with that. You don't want to do it because it has a long animation, which makes these segments of the run really scary because your fastest way to go through them is to take lots and lots of damage and not die, because taking damage is faster than killing stuff. Because you don't want to deal with the animation. And at the end, yeah, usually at the end of these ultra ability segments is a portal to the dimensional rift. You lose your ability when you enter them, and you kind of have to go through like an obstacle course where you're Naked Kirby. So, and these areas are kind of interesting, honestly, because they kind of test your ability to just understand the what's it called? Basic platforming, pretty much. And you're also kind of chased by a purple wall that rubber bands. It's always at the edge of the screen. But it's pretty slow in main mode, so you don't really have to worry about it. And at the end of these segments, you have to fight a mini-boss called a Spear Doomer, and usually you have the choice of 2 abilities. We're gonna get Fire, because Sword is really bad in this game. Just both offensively and mobility-wise. Did Smite kill? Maybe? Okay, that did. Cool. So, that was actually a pretty good fight. I'm surprised I remembered that. That's not intended. Just ignore those hits. Alright, this is one of the hardest parts of the speedrun. Timing the goal game. Because you want to press 2 at the second earliest possible frame. We got the third possible frame, which is still good. If you do it on the first possible frame, you'll grab the tip of the cloud and lose over a second climbing up. If you do it too late, you'll go up higher and you lose time. I think that's the third earliest frame. Maybe. Right, so yeah, we have fire. We're just gonna go fast. And I'll probably get bombed because I don't remember the spacing for these burnings. But, you know, if we die, so be it. That's okay. We've got lives. It's a Kirby game. So, Sky, have you played this game?
I have not. I actually used to speedrun Superstar, believe it or not, the Super Nintendo version. So when you said you had done speedruns of this, I'm like, I remember this and Superstar being similar in terms of like appearance and objective. And a lot of this is bringing back some fond memories of me from that game. You also said previously you had done Superstar Ultra, so I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Which is the DS remake, which I highly recommend playing. Very good remake of a very good Super Nintendo game. And like, yeah, this game is pretty much a throwback to Superstar, because like a lot of the movesets are literal copies of their respective abilities in Superstar. I'll take this to be safe.
You had previously mentioned that you see almost every ability in this game. Much like other Kirby games, can you blend abilities together in this for a mixer?
You do not. Most Kirby games, you can't actually blend abilities. That's a Kirby 64 exclusive thing, pretty much.
Or Superstar as well, too, where you have to go through the roulette.
Mixing. Okay.
Yeah, mixing.
Yeah, no, mixing is in this game, yes.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
And then the other question I have, one of my favorite abilities actually never got featured in Superstar, and that is the UFO ability from Kirby's Adventure.
Yeah, it's not in this game. It's not in many games.
I love the UFO. It's super cute.
I think it's in Squeak Squad on DS. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm surprised I didn't forget that. Right, here's a mini boss. Oh, we're just gonna burn him. Hey, okay. And we need sword, because I think we need it. Just going off of muscle memory. Yeah, we do need it. Okay. We're gonna cut that, then get our fire back. And one of the interesting features for this game that this game introduces is when you drop an ability, that you can kind of see the ability still bouncing around. You can still pick up the ability and just keep it. So we're just gonna use sword to just get the energy sphere, then get fire back, because sword is really bad. Yeah, that's what you don't want to see. The animation of Kirby climbing up the cloud. Alright, stage 3. So World 1's probably my least favorite in the speedrun for this category, because if I remember correctly, it's pretty much just fire, fire, fire. You'll see a lot more variety within like the other worlds, but not as much in stage 1, World 1, because the game just hasn't like given you many abilities at that point yet. Because the game's still kind of like, oh, you're still learning the game. Here are some basic abilities for you to try out. And then as you proceed through the game, it introduces more and more abilities to you.
That kind of reminds me of Milky Way Wishes from Superstar, the way how that was.
Milky Way Wishes is my favorite in Superstar.
Yeah.
For those not familiar, Milky Way Wishes is kind of the... So Kirby Superstar is kind of split into a lot of smaller Kirby games, and Milky Way Wishes is one of the last ones. And that's a game where you can like use any ability you like, as long as you found the ability. So like if you find the jet ability, you can switch to it whenever you want, basically. But you have to find it. So I really like the concept of that a lot. Yeah, so yeah, another thing this game introduces is just carrying items. You kind of see me carrying a key. And like you can't actually use any abilities nor can you fly. So you kind of have to be careful when carrying stuff in general. Whee! And that fire spin ability is very much buffed. It was terrible in Superstar. It is much better in this game. And then it got even better in Triple Deluxe. Like, it's actually, like, really fast in Triple Deluxe. But in this game, it's, like, okay as an alternative to burning because it comes out a little bit faster but doesn't give you as much distance. And it lets you climb walls, which is faster than floating. And the golden rule for speedrunning this game is floating is bad. Don't float. It's slow. And we have to kind of outrace this little nerd here. We've kind of destroyed it. Gotten really, really, really ahead of him. Whee! We're gonna get this key and hopefully not lose it. And get this energy sphere here. And... Oop. Yay! Oop. Nope. This game does have a hard mode, actually, which requires beating normal mode. It's called extra mode. That's the perfect frame. There we go. In extra mode, you have about 40% of your health, and some boss patterns are changed as well. There are some other changes I don't remember off the top of my head because it's been so long since I played this game. Alright. But yeah, like, generally speaking, like, this game does play like Kirby Adventure in terms of being very level progressive, but in terms of like the actual gameplay, it's very much a successor to Superstar. Especially since like almost every ability in this game that's from Superstar is a literal copy-paste of the moveset. I think there's food here. Wait, I'm at full health, never mind. I think there's an invincible candy here, which if I'm right, yeah, okay. The invincible candy is good because, well, you're invulnerable, and you also move faster in general, but you don't move faster with your abilities. So, like, fire still, I don't exactly remember if, like, using burning is faster than just, like, sliding with invincibility, but you can kind of see how much faster invincibility is with sliding. I don't remember if that's actually faster or not. I'm sure like the runs that are better than that I've beaten my time are probably skipped invincibility. I don't remember. You also don't want to get this, but I haven't played the game in forever, so I'll just get it to be safe. Because it kind of just protects you like an umbrella. It's pretty convenient. Oh, come back! Come back! Okay. So the rule in this game is not random at all with you, like, when you drop your abilities, which is really good, unlike, say, Superstar, where, like, it is random and very annoying. Because, like, there are some strats in Superstar Ultra where you want to, like, intentionally take damage, but it's just a chance that you lose your ability and just lose a lot of time. In this game, it is 100% consistent. Basically, the general rule is if you get hit by an enemy attack, you will lose your ability, but if you take contact damage from most things, you will never lose your ability. So touching an enemy that's not a Gordo will not make you drop your ability. Okay, so Monster Flame is another Ultra ability. And we don't want to use this animation, so that means we have to sneak through everything without killing anything, because it's slow to kill stuff. That works. Nope, no food. Yeah, these segments are scary again, because you're usually taking a lot of intentional damage to go fast, and your health just goes down the drain if you're not careful. Fun fact, Monster Flame is called Dragon Flame in Japanese. I wish they kept that name in the English version. Dragon Flame sounds much more badass in my opinion. Okay, this is the spider one. I think we want to do this. The movement is usually pretty straightforward. You just want to like slide as much as possible or use your ability as much as possible. That poor spider. And I don't remember which abilities we have at the end of this dimensional rift, because I think we fight a Speedrun with Leaf, I think? Yeah, Leaf, okay. The Leaf is a new ability in this game. It's very powerful offensively. You're about to see this boss's HP just go down. Like that. And like it's an ability known for its defensive capabilities because it lets you hide, which makes you invulnerable to almost everything in the game. Kind of like Stone. But it's also like very, very offensively powerful. I think that's the last level in this world before the boss. I think. Maybe? Yeah, okay, there's the boss. Oh, so, spoiler alert, I wonder who the boss is for this world. Guy, do you have any ideas? Giant tree. Oh wait, that's the wrong ability. Okay. Pretty straightforward boss here, actually. If I remember the strat for this, it's about to belt. I like how almost every game after this has like some form of Wispy Woods returning. Okay. All right, there we go. Pretty quick. I love chat's answers. King Dedede? Waluigi? Mario, maybe Pikachu. Okay. And that's the first world. So, unskippable cutscene, unfortunately. Well, now we can skip this one. And now we get to talk to our friend Magalore. We're gonna go through this between every world. And he's like kind of explaining all the things you can unlock. This is kind of like your hub. The Halcyon, I think that's what it's named. And one other objective of 100% is to clear all of the bonus stages on the right side, challenge stages to the right. We're not gonna do that until the end because there's no point in doing any of them now. Might as well do it at the end when you have all of them unlocked. All right, Raised in Ruins. This is the desert area. And I think the stage, and we start seeing some more fancy abilities, a little bit more. So we just killed an enemy that gives us whip, whip is unfortunately not very useful in the speedrun. Although you will see it, I think, like twice. But like right now, all we care about is mobility. So we're just gonna keep using fire, 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 fire.
Are there any other abilities that you're going to acquire later in the game that's quicker than fire?
Yes, absolutely yes. There is one ability that is just so game-breaking and just outclasses all the others. I mean, like, there are niches where other abilities are better than the most broken ability in the game, but like, the ability I'm referring to is one you will not see it until World 5. And it is just really broken because it's good at basically everything, and it's the most mobile ability in the game.
Aw, I kept the same animation, the cannon.
I know.
From Kirby Superstar. Kirby just kind of sitting there in the cannon, all cute. I love that.
Nope. Ow.
I feel like I should have had Rue on doing commentary with me, because technically this is a very cute game, and that's one of our other hot fictions, legally cute.
What if? No, hear me out. What if I just do this again for Kiryu's show? I'm joking.
I mean, any kind of Kirby show definitely qualifies for legally cute. But yeah, this is definitely one of the cuter games we've had on. I kind of felt bad.
I love this game.
I felt bad holding my scythe in the opening cutscene. I'm like, this isn't very Kirby. I'm like, this isn't cute.
I don't know if there's like any sort of scythe-like ability in Kirby games.
There's Cutter. It looks like a
Cutter's the closest.
Yeah.
Cutter's the closest. Okay, one thing is that these boulders are really scary because I thought there were two. There's three, so we just lost fire. There are certain cases where losing your ability is just rip your ability because, like, if your ability touches like an obstacle like spikes or a boulder, then the ability will just shatter, and we just lost fire. Not the end of the world, I don't think. I don't think there are any fire abilities coming up anytime soon, but we're gonna be swapping soon anyways. Oh yeah, I'll take that. So Parasol is really good. It's not as good as mobile as fire, but it has its perks. I don't remember if the route that I use buffs our Parasol or keeps fire for this mini boss. But I guess, I don't know. You're about to see this boss get deleted and why Parasol is one of the best abilities in the game. Right,
oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's by far the strongest ability in the game for grounded enemies. Like, no contest. Nothing compares. And we need Hammer to get this because we need to destroy metal blocks, which fire destroys as well. So, like, I think we want to keep fire all the way to this point ideally, but I don't remember if it's faster or not. But yeah, there are certain abilities that can destroy metal blocks. Fire, stone, hammer. I think that's it. Okay, World 2. We are entering an oasis in the desert. And we'll see another ability, I think, called Water, which took its time to show up in a Kirby game. So, like, Kirby's had, like, ground-based things, fire, ice, but it's never had, like, a water ability until this game. So this is a completely new ability introduced to this game, and it's all pretty good. It's really good for ground movements. It doesn't really have any good aerial mobility like fire does, so... Point. Oh. I don't think there's an energy sphere down there. Hopefully not. And you're supposed to kind of use stone to just slide down all this, but it's slow, so we're just going to use water. We do need to swap to stone later, because I think there's an energy sphere coming up. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is where you start seeing more ability variety, which is pretty cool. And that's what I really like about the speedrun. Just a lot of swapping between different skills, abilities. That's the first one, I hope. Okay, good. The nice thing about this game, and why this game is very well designed, is that if you miss an energy sphere and you get like the second one, it will show in the upper left corner. So if I miss an energy sphere and the one I got happened to be the second one, you'll see like the first one being a blank. So, and I appreciate little things like that. So if you have to go back and look for them, you know, oh, okay. So the energy sphere I missed happens to be like before the one that I got. So that is very nice. Is this an energy sphere? Nope, that's a 1-up. Alright. I think there's an energy sphere down here somewhere. I think it's this one. Oh, that's the wrong... Oh, crap. I shot the wrong block. Okay. We're good. Alright. Whee! So yeah, as I mentioned before, water is really good for grounded mobility. Its air mobility is not very good. You're about to see a little bit of it here, as long as you don't get bopped, which is random. That. You kind of like squirt the water a little bit like this. Kind of cute, but it's not very useful, honestly. Oh, heck. We don't need it, because this is another ultra ability segment coming up. And we're going to see the first time... This is the first time we're going to see Flare Beam, which is Beam, but ultra. And spoiler alert, we're going to use it as little as possible, because it's slow. Okay, so I think the dimensional rift's on the left here, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna destroy everything. Yeah, I was right, okay. And I'm gonna destroy that just in case, because I think we want to destroy the fire blocks, because they're gonna block you after this dimensional rift. You don't want to wait on that. Alright, so if it wasn't obvious, swimming is slow, so you want to be jumping out of water as much as possible. Because jumping out of water is walking speed, which obviously is not good, but it's better than swimming speed. Okay. I guess I'll inhale this and spit it out. Be safe, because we'll go through a lot of flippers here. I think there's another segment like that coming up soon. Okay. that poor fish. Just trapped in those blocks.
Yeah, I had the same thought.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that poor fish. All right, so you saw the power of Paracel earlier. Yeah, you're about to see it again. Not as good against aerial bosses, but it still holds its own. Yeah, and now it's pretty much dead. So fun fact, in this game, when you use like this attack here, the Parasol Swap, Parasol Swing or whatever it's called, it has a tipper hitbox, kind of like Marksman Smash, where you do more damage. So you want to try to hit the Spear Doomer, the mini boss with the tipper, ideally. It's really weird because like all the abilities have just these complicated in-depth movesets that casually you're not really going to care about much unless you're like playing in the arena. It's like this game is so well built for like a fighting game, and then they made a Kirby fighting game on the Switch, and it's actually really fun. It also like takes a lot of cues from Smash because, you know, it's Kirby and Sakurai developed Smash. So like you can even like have rolls and spot dodges just like in Smash. Spot dodging is not a thing in this game, nor is like rolling, but it was introduced in Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot. In other words, your moveset is pretty much the same as Smash. Your base moveset, at least. I don't know if there's a... I don't know which one to take. Okay, it didn't matter. It didn't matter, okay. Oh, this room. Okay, this room is really complicated because there's a really tight cycle we want to make. If I remember correctly, we're not going to make. Spoiler alert. We are absolutely not making it. We're absolutely not making it. That's okay. There's it. That's the cycle we missed. Whee! And we're gonna get Tornado, which is a notorious ability for being pretty powerful and mobile, but also really hard to control. They actually added some extra attacks to Tornado. You can kind of do like a Tornado dash attack. So it has more options than just spin, 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 spin. Like that ability there. And then we're gonna eat high jump, because we want to go up a lot here. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was getting too high there. And yeah, actually, we want fire, I think. I'm gonna eat this. But I kind of don't want to die. Thank you. All right, I think this is a King Do. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's about to die. Goodbye. And we want to eat this. And now we're using Vanilla Beam, which is actually pretty good in this game. And we need this because there's a sphere, energy sphere behind that block there. So we need something that can hit the block behind the wall. You can kind of see that Beam being kind of useful because it gives you kind of an extra jump, and you want to avoid floating whenever possible because it's really slow. So this is an energy sphere, I think. Yep, okay.
So do you have notes, or do you remember where all these energy spheres are?
I don't have notes. I'm just trying to remember.
Wow.
You can tell I love this game a lot, so... Yep. Oop. Oh, got the climbing animation.
I like the goal game, too. I remember that from Kirby Superstar.
It is pretty similar to Kirby Superstar.
There's one in Dynablade that's like that, and then the one in Kirby's Adventure is the one this one looks like. I forgot there was a goal game in both of them. One was vertical, one was horizontal.
Dynablade, this is basically a vertical version of Dynablades. Because Dynablade, you're in a cannon and you shoot horizontally. Mm-hmm. And in the speedrun for Kirby Superstar Ultra and Superstar, you want to like shoot as short as possible. Mm-hmm. Whereas in this game, it's similar. You want to jump as low as possible.
Yep, just like in Kirby's Adventure.
Yep. Oh yeah, Kirby's Adventure has the exact same minigame as those two, yeah. It's been a long time since I played that game. Awesome game.
It's a good game. You should play it again. I think it's actually aged well for a NES game.
Oh, no one saw that.
I didn't.
Exactly. Okay. So you're supposed to plant a bomb on this to hold the switch down, but you have the ability to drop flames, fire. So you can just drop a flame on top of that switch. But that was a find by Joselle, who was another runner of this game. She actually ran quite a few runs in GDQ, including okay. She ran F-Zero GX, actually. She also ran Super Mario Galaxy 1, Super Mario Galaxy 2, and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And she actually contributed a lot to this game as well. So shout out to her. Doesn't really speedrun anymore as far as I know, but she's definitely placed her, what's it called? Footprint, mark, whatever you want to call it, on a lot of communities, including this one. Okay. So we want fire. Okay, I think we want to be here. Okay, I don't remember if I want water or fire. I'll take water. Because I don't remember if this is an energy sphere or not. Maybe. That's a 1-up. Okay. We want fire. Okay. All right, cool. Strats to cover both options of whether I remember that correctly or not. Cool. Oh. I just did not remember if I wanted to get water or keep fire there. I knew there was something there, but I didn't remember if it was an energy sphere. We do want this, though. I know this leads to an energy sphere. And this is kind of a cute little crystal. Again, this game really likes the gimmick of carrying items. And that lets you go through crystal blocks. You need to retain it all the way to this point. Oh yeah, this is correct because there is an Ultra ability segment coming up. And again, dimensional rifts at the end of Ultra ability segments give you 2 energy spheres. And there's 2 left, so we're on pace. Dude, we haven't missed anything yet. Alright. So we've seen Ultra Sword before. You know the drill. You want to use it as little as possible because it's slow. So you're supposed to like knock down this platform so you can just run across the spikes, over the spikes, but we're just going to run through the spikes and take damage instead. Did I make this? I'm not making that. I'm not making that. So fun fact, every time you slash something with the Ultra Sword, you get like you get to swing like something random. Sometimes you'll swing like Meta Knight's sword for some reason. Sometimes you'll swing like a bamboo stick. It's pretty funny. You can tell they have a lot of fun with these games. And I love it. Oh, there's a bamboo stick. There we go. Okay, I don't remember which dimensional rift segment this is. Oh god, this one sucks. Okay. Gimmick of this one is there are cannons everywhere.
So this is an auto-scroller that's trying to get you?
Kind of. Like, you have something that's kind of rubber banding behind you. Your speed absolutely matters, so it's not really an auto-scroller, but you do have to kind of rush, basically, or else you'll get crushed. The purple wall that's behind you is a lot faster in extra mode, or basically hard mode again. Like you do have to like play better, basically, in extra mode. But like basically like getting really far ahead of it's not gonna help because like, yeah, you can see it's always at the edge of the screen no matter what. I think, yeah, okay, both of these abilities are terrible, so we're gonna get Cutter. It's useful because we get to use that as ammo. Because Cutter sucks. Ooh. Yeah, so you just don't have any good ability options because Cutter and Sword are both really bad in this game. Well, they're not bad per se, but they are. You have a lot of star blocks as ammo to shoot as Naked Kirby, and the DPS of Sword and Cutter are not that great that you're better off just using it as extra ammo. Because again, this game and like most Kirby games after this, like, spitting stuff out it actually does a lot of damage. Like Planet Rollerball, Triple Deluxe, Forgotten Land, all of them. Just shooting stuff Star allies as well. Just does a lot of damage. So, okay, I didn't miss any. Cool, level 2 energy sphere is complete. And now we're gonna face the boss. So we are naked. We don't have any abilities. So we have to just make do with whatever the game gives us here, which is probably the cool thing about the speedrun again, because you're limited, you're forced to use different abilities, and I think that limitation is good. Because otherwise, the entire speedrun would just be fire, 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 or wing, wing, wing. Basically any percent. So we're stuck with water, and water's best form of DPS is spamming this move here. And the input for this is surprisingly difficult, because you have to hold down and then press up and 1 at the same time right afterwards. Okay, we want to shoot ammo now. It's more DPS. Oh, I don't want to spit that. Hey. Nope! Fine, fine, fine. I'll just use water. So he was supposed to die after shooting like 3 or 4 stars at him, and then you eat the water again. But, oh well. That's okay.
Pretty fast still.
Yeah, it's still a pretty fast fight. Yeah, it's like water DPS with the rainbow is like not fantastic. So like when he starts jumping up and down, you see a lot of stars spawn, so you're better off just shooting those as he's jumping around. And then eating the water at the end, because you want to keep water for mobility after this. Alright, so Sky, do you want to guess what theme is the next world? Spoiler alert, hint, we have the ability right now.
I was kind of hoping for a butter building callback, but looks like the island.
Onion Ocean.
Onion? What happened to Orange Ocean? Wait a second, this don't look right. Isn't Orange Ocean in Dreamland?
It is in Adventure and Nightmare in Dreamland, yeah.
I wonder what turned the oranges into onions.
I don't see any onions here. Although I wouldn't mind some onion rings. Oh, this is a little
that
sketchy.
sounds good. Kirby, what do you like with your onion rings?
That's a hard question. I mean, like, I don't mind ketchup. Like, you can't go wrong with ketchup for me.
Yeah.
What else would you eat with onion rings, really?
I like some kind of like spicy ranch or some kind of spicy concoction to go with it.
Yeah, ranch sounds really good with it.
Yeah. Maybe like some kind of like horseradish based sauce because I like spicy things, like I was saying.
Oh yeah, I remember we talked about this. Like you really do like spicy stuff. I do too.
I do. Yeah, I'm originally from Buffalo, so we very much liked our spicy food there, so.
Let's see. Yeah, I think the second world, the desert world we just did, is called Raisin Ruins.
Ooh.
I actually don't want to kill that. Okay.
It looks like chat likes barbecue. Yeah, barbecue sauce tastes good with onion. That's another good one.
There we go. Yeah, chat, feel free to share what you like to eat with onion rings. Okay. I kind of did a little technique I like to call water canceling, because like the tornado kind of has that delay at the end that kind of slows you down. You can kind of cancel that by entering the water, so you can just start another tornado animation quickly, like that. Let's do it again. We also passed by a few enemies that just introduced new abilities for the first time, like spear and ice. We'll use them later, but we're not going to use them yet because we have tornado, and tornado is just really good for mobility. Looks a little scary, but we're fine. Like tornado gut is just really good because not only does that move right there is a really big buff, because tornado kind of desperately needed like a shorter distance ability as opposed to like that really long tornado attack.
A very pretty looking level.
I just love this game aesthetically. Like it's a 480p game, remember, and it just looks pretty clean and cute.
Oh, it's chilly.
And colorful. All right, so you remember the theme of Ultra Ability, Sky? Don't use them because they're slow.
Yeah.
This is the exception. That's the exception. This is the big exception.
I love it. It's so cute. Whee. Big ol' snowball.
Whee.
This just looks like a good time.
Yeah, no, I love this ability. It's just so fun.
I haven't seen an ability this fun since the fridge in Kirby 64.
Okay, I thought there was a warp there, but no, I'm thinking of the next screen. Whee! Go fast. So, fun fact, this game has an arena. Spoiler alert. And someone modded, several years ago, someone like modded the game to like give themselves an ultra ability for the arena. And it's really funny because you just do so much damage, you just kill everything in one hit. It's really funny. Because like the ultra abilities all do a massive amount of damage on like bosses and stuff, but there's almost no scenario where you actually can use them on like actual fight.
What is the theming of this game where something's chasing you like this? There's a lot of this.
I don't remember the lore behind it, honestly. It's a Kirby game. Can I squeeze through? Hey! Oh, no, never mind. Well, that didn't matter because we got damage boosted left, so I didn't really lose time. If it wasn't obvious, the theme here is going down, 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 down. Ow. And getting sniped like that. I don't remember what those mushrooms are called. They're in every Kirby game, basically. I don't remember what their name is, though. Okay. Eat your mushrooms. Or don't if you don't like them. That's okay, too. Tornado versus Sword. Remember me mentioning Sword sucks. We're gonna take Tornado. Nope. That was actually pretty slow, but whatever. It's fine. No, no, come back! No! Alright. So, like, he was supposed to die before it went off screen, but you know. I haven't played this game in years. It's okay. Okay.
I mean, that is kind of the theme of the show.
Yep, that is kind of the theme of the show. Also, we just kind of clipped through a sandcastle for some reason. I don't know if I've seen that before. No biggie. Okay, so this has been a water world, and we haven't seen much swimming yet. We're gonna see quite a bit of swimming soon. Unfortunately, because swimming is slow. Yeah, okay. And swimming is just really dangerous because, like, if an ability is dropped in the water, it instantly disappears. So that means if you get bopped by an enemy attack in the water, your ability is permanently gone. You can't get it back. So like if any of those enemies snipe me, I will lose Tornado. These jerks, that jerk right there, his hitbox is way bigger than it looks. So you have to be very careful with them. Very careful. Okay. I think there's a fire here. I don't remember if I want to take fire or keep Tornado. We'll just stick with Tornado. This is cool. If I remember correctly, there's an energy sphere coming up that requires cutting something. So we want this, but we want to keep Tornado because it's fast. These kind of threats are really cool. Just kind of carrying it around and then come back. And then eating the ability you just kind of conserved again. I don't remember if I want to use Tornado or Fire here, because we passed by an enemy with Fire. Okay. So, if I remember correctly... I want this guy, I think. So Spear, this is the first time we're seeing Spear, and Spear is kind of like a really good ability underwater, because it has range, and it doesn't slow you down when you attack. And it also pokes through walls like that, so you actually need it. Because it's the only ability in the game that lets you poke through walls in water. So it's actually like a hard requirement for a few energy spheres. Kind of want the pineapple. Oh well. Yeah, you can kind of see right there, I just kind of bopped that enemy without slowing down. Yeah, these things should look familiar. We're gonna skip that because they're slow, but there's another one that we need to pick up, the shoe. Ah. Food? Thank you. Food? Nope. You can kind of tell Sphere is not fantastic outside of water. Alright, anybody who's played Super Mario Bros. 3? This is totally not a reference to something from that game. It's a Kirby game. They have references to like countless Nintendo games, and you can tell they love it. Okay. Because we need the Kirby shoe, I mean the blue shoe, to get that energy sphere. And I think the last one requires sphere? I think. Maybe? This is the first time Spear's in the game, by the way, and it's kind of become a staple ability, not as Sphere alone, but for Bandanity, because this is the first Kirby game where you can play as a Waddle Dee, and it's kind of become Waddle Dee's default weapon, kind of, to use a Sphere. So Spear Kirby pretty much has the same moveset as Bandanity. People call him Bandanity because it's a Waddle Dee with a bandana. And he's kind of just become a staple as a multiplayer character now. Okay. Kirby bow shoe. Okay. So there is, I don't remember if it's stage 3 or 4. There is a stage but I don't really like in this world. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's 3. You don't remember? That was a fire enemy. We don't need fire. I know we don't need fire because we're gonna lose it later, I think. I just remember that because I remember sniping that fire enemy with the spear because it looks cool. And yeah, we just sniped a bomb block off screen there with the spear. But yeah, okay, this is it. This is my least favorite stage in the game because it's very slow and just kind of a lot of waiting around for things to catch up to you pretty much. Kind of like an auto-scroller. And it's just slow. And you're just holding right. You're just holding right. You're just holding right. And you're just holding right. And then we're just holding up. You know, every game has those parts where you're, even if you love the game, it has those issues that you don't like or parts that you don't really like. But that's okay though. No game is perfect. But we still love them. Okay. Would like some food though. Convenient. Wait. Was there an energy sphere? I don't think so. No, there's, okay, no, that's fine, that's fine. There's a second room like that I'm thinking of that has an energy sphere. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, I vaguely remember we want to get the water here. I don't remember why. But we don't have any abilities, so it's better than nothing. Oh, yeah, okay. So, we want to spam double rainbows all over the place again. And we want the stone, because I believe we need this for an energy sphere coming up. And if I didn't forget anything, this should be the first one. Hopefully. Cool. So the unfortunate thing in this game is that if you forget an energy sphere, you can't just exit the stage. Well, you can, but if you exit the stage directly, you lose all your progress. Like, if I got the second, third, fourth energy sphere, but I'm like, oh, I forgot the first one. You don't want to exit the stage, or else you have to get the second, third, fourth energy sphere all over again. Yeah, okay, this is the room I was thinking of. Okay. So you're better off just finishing the stage and then redoing it. So like forgetting something is very punishing in general. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I haven't forgotten anything. I know the stage has a ultra ability segment again, so we're not missing anything because the ultra ability segments have 2 energy spheres. So we just have to go to the end now. Oh yeah, by the way, they added an attack with stone in this game. You get 2 Falcon Punch units, like wing characters like this. Oop, kind of cute. I almost said units, as if I was playing Fire Emblem.
I mean, that'll happen.
Yeah. Like, pretty much every stream I've done ever since I got back from my parents' place and my vacation was like 3 houses, because I'm running that for RPG Limit Break, fun fact, and it's a race against Aeon Frodo in about a week and a half. So, and it's gonna be a bit war, yeah.
Yeah.
And very fun game. Lots of issues, but still, we love it. Okay. So yeah, we have this part here where we're just gonna tank lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of damage because destroying things is slow. I'm gonna play it safe. Okay, hopefully something drops food, please. Nope. Okay, I guess not. So fun fact, this game has a mercy kind of feature where like if you're above like 1 HP, then you will survive, pretty much. So like even if you take a really big hit at like 1/10 of your health, as long as you're not at like 1 HP, you will survive. But if I take another hit there, I'll survive. Fun fact, oh, that's unfortunate. Some people might know Claris, who, really? I got debated. Who's done a lot of runs of like the Metroid series, some Sonic Mania runs. She has also run 3 Houses as well, and Super Monkey Ball. She's actually done some interesting little data mining of this game, such as how the HP values work. She was the one who posted back on GameFAQs, yes, GameFAQs, you did not mishear me, about like some stuff on like how your HP values work and how like how much HP you have, how much HP the other characters have. Like King Dedede has like 40% more HP than Kirby, I think, for example. Meta Knight has like 70% HP, I don't remember it off the top of my head. And Bandanity has the same amount of HP as Kirby. So yeah, this all looks scary. We can take 1 more hit. So it's not as scary as it looks. Wow, okay, I actually got that strat, cool. So we just did a strat where we sucked in exactly 2 enemies, so we can fire like a medium-shaped star. So it kind of just goes through all these stone blocks for us and saves time. This is a little scary though. Okay, please have food. I want food. That's not food. Oh, okay. We got a banana. Cool. All right. Yeah. You all know the drill. You've seen Paracel several times. Same strat. Boop. Want to hit with a Zipper, ideally. I don't think I can kill it. This guy didn't do enough damage here. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so yeah, Paracel, again, is just really good, both offensively, although it's not as great against aerial enemies. And it's also just good for mobility in general. It's like, you can kind of just do a dive down like that, and you can do like a jump attack like that, which is faster than just sliding. And it's also got some nice niches for underwater movements. But yeah, I definitely grew up with GameFAQs back in the day. I still use it for a few things here and there. It's not bad. I just wouldn't really use the forums and stuff for some things, but it's still a fine website for what it is. So, hey. Like, a lot of the work that I did on this game was back in, like, the SDA days, Speed Demos Archive, which a lot of active speedrunners now probably weren't around or even born back when that was more active. But, like, there was a lot of... That was pretty much, like, the website that was the main site for, like, discussions on speedrunning and stuff, and records for speedruns before leaderboards took off and streaming took off. Yeah, long time ago. Very long time ago. I am definitely kind of an old speedrunner. Not old as in like my literal age, although I am probably older than a lot of runners, but old as in I've been around speedrunning for a long time. And the hobby will never get old. Pretty fun hobby. Okay. Oh no! No, no! I think I can reload this room. Okay, yeah, that's fine, okay. Just don't hit that switch back there. Okay, let's hit it. Bye, Waddle Dees. This game is just so rude to Waddle Dees. You can kind of see the power of Parasol. Like, so one of the things about this game, just understanding how to move around in this game, is understanding invincibility frames. Like that. The general rule is if Kirby is flashing white like that, then you're invincible. That moves too. And Parasol has a lot of attacks that give you lots and lots and lots of iframes. So, very good ability for underwater. Okay. I don't remember if this door has an energy sphere. It does, okay. That's fine. I think we want to get the invincibility candy because it saves a little bit of time since you swim faster. I remember timing this like over a decade ago, but I don't remember if it's still faster or not. Like, you can kind of tell I'm just swimming way faster now. Okay, so there are 3 energy spheres left. Oh, okay, next room. If this goes well, you're about to see some gaming. And that saves quite a bit of time because you skip a cycle here. I am surprised I pulled that off.
I'm not. You are just gaming over here, Kirby.
Yeah, so the hitboxes on these spike balls are like not as big as they look, basically. So you can kind of squeeze through the corners of them, but the timing is pretty tight for that. I remember just practicing that over and over and over again. So like, I guess in a sense, I shouldn't be surprised I just remember how to do it. Like, I would just do that room. I would like grind for up to like 55 lives or something like that. Do it. Regardless of whether I succeed or not, take a death and do it again. And just do it over and over again. So we need to wait for the spike ball because it has to destroy some metal blocks for us on the right side, which has an energy sphere. You can skip this if you have King DDD, and like that is a thing you can do in multiplayer. And there is actually, well, not a separate category per se, but like a category flag on the leaderboards where you can either choose to use one controller or multiple controllers. The world records all use multiple controllers, which means you can kind of summon other characters at your will with an extra player. And King DDD pretty much gives you like a free hammer. Meta Knight lets you just slash anything, and it's also just really mobile. And you also get a free spear with Bandinity. I don't remember if I need that, but I'll keep it. And like everyone also gets like a team attack that you can kind of just stack everyone up like a totem, and that just destroys bosses. I typically choose to just run a single controller because I don't like switching on controllers a bazillion times. And I'm also not, I'll admit, I'm not the biggest fan of boss strats with multiplayer because it's just kind of totem and stack and just spam their charge attack over and over again. But like at the same time, it's also really, really fast. But the point is, speedrun however you want. But like, I think the top 2 or 3 times use multiple controllers. Which, to be clear, I don't want to say like that's not legit or something like that. It's just a different way of speedrunning, really. Yeah, we need to keep spear, I think, because we do need spear for an energy sphere, I think, up here. Yeah, okay. I'm just like kind of being like, this feels correct. I'm just gonna trust my instinct. And I get succeeding for the most part so far, so that's cool. So yeah, that's all the energy spheres in World 3. We're about done with the world, we just have the boss. And if I remember correctly, this boss will die in like 5 seconds. Kind of take a wild guess on which ability we're about to use. I need to close my blinds. We have some downtime. There we go.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. Ugh. How are you doing on time, by the way?
Let's take a look now. This is counting up, okay? Not counting down like what they're seeing on the thing. Counting up, it's 58 minutes right now.
Okay. I think after World 4 will be a good time for a break, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that
I think
sounds
that's a good halfway point, roughly.
And this is the end of World 3 coming up.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Cool. Remember to stay hydrated and take breaks and stand up. All right, so you've seen Parasol like 3 or 4 times in combat. This is a boss that's on the ground. All right, that's phase 1. All right, that's dead. Okay, this move here has iframes, by the way, so it's kind of broken. The spacing on that is harder than it looks because you want to like space yourself so that you don't get hit by the boss. Because while the Parasol twirl ability does have invincibility frames, you're still vulnerable in between attacks. So you kind of want to make sure you're like moving into the boss, but when you land, you're not in the boss's hitbox, so you don't get hit. I think this boss's name is Fatty Puffer. It's a reference to Fatty Whale, who's a boss from Superstar. And this one's a lot more pleasant because there's no luck involved, whereas Fatty Whale in Superstar has a lot of luck involved with it. All right, next world, World 4. Spoiler alert, it's an ice world. It's called White's Wafers. I haven't had those as a snack in a while. Maybe I should stop by the A-Mart nearby. Okay. So this world introduces Fighter and Ninja. We're not going to use them much. So there's the Knuckle Joe. Goodbye. We will use them later. They do have their niches. But for now, we just want mobility. So we're just going to keep parasoling through. And then we're gonna grab a fire here. Not only because it's better than Parasol in terms of mobility, but because we literally need it. Because this is an ice world and we need to melt ice. Oh. No one saw that.
That what?
Exactly. Oh. Okay. That Knuckle Joe was guarding that door with his life. Holy crap. He did not want me to go through that door. You can get a mix off of those Poppy Bros, by the way. But like, it's only really a backup. You don't really need a more mobile ability because we already have fire, which is like the second best ability in the game for mobility. Oh, Sky, do you want some bananas?
Sure.
Okay. I've got some on cam right here.
Oh goodness, those have too many. Those are a little too ripe for me.
They're a little bit ripe. You can tell they love their Nintendo references here, because this is totally not a Donkey Kong Country reference.
Kirby, what'd you do?
Good news! You keep your energy spheres when you die.
Do you keep your bananas?
Well, we got a lot of extra bananas. That's okay. I pressed that way too early. Welcome to Mercy Kill. It's okay. I just really like bananas. Like, this is just satisfying my craving after watching Speedrun Coliseum after all the bananas on that show.
We had so many bananas.
Yep. Shoutouts to Speedrun Coliseum and shoutouts to Spike Vegeta who organized it, and everyone else who was there, including Sky Pills herself.
Yep, I was there.
Trying to remember, I want to go down left. And not into the pit.
No, absolutely
Oh
not.
yeah, more bananas. Whee! Alright, so we kind of lost fire, unfortunately. Not the end of the world. So fun fact, Kirby running on ice is faster than sliding typically. It's not fantastic because you accelerate slowly, but you can kind of do like a little short hop to accelerate instantly on ice. You'll be seeing me take advantage of that more later. But yeah, ideally we kind of wanted fire to go through this, but we kind of lost it. Okay, I guess I get to showcase this ability then, because I think there's a mini boss coming up. So this is Mike. It's a one-time use ability, and by one-time use, I mean if you use it 3 times, it's gone. Alright. And listen to the sound effects. Totally not a Superstar reference. Test off! You can tell
the last one.
Yeah, the last one is absolutely a Superstar sound effect. It's great. Alright. So I think that's the first level. So yeah, you don't want to see that from the goal game, but that's okay. Alright. I think we've seen our first deaths in this run, which, you know, took a while, but that's okay. I always heard it as test off or something. I don't exactly know what he's saying. Chat, what do you think Kirby is saying when he does use his mic at the end? I want to hear chat's opinions. Okay. So I'm supposed to be using fire, but like, I guess ice is the next best thing. Because you ice skate. And like, ice skating is roughly the same speed as sliding. Like, Kirby sliding attacks. Which doesn't sound fantastic, because that's kind of the ability of Naked Kirby, but it's as fast as doing frame-perfect slides, basically. Meaning it's good. And you also carry your sliding speed, or rather ice skating speed, into your jump speed. So it's kind of nice. I think there's a fire coming up here, because we actually need it for an energy sphere. Yep, okay. And this room's a little scary, because there's just a bunch of icicles that are kind of just want to bop you. That's scary. Whee! Oh yeah, Kirby does say Doria, the second one, yeah. Okay, that jump there is really scary because the 3D perspective kind of messes with you there. So I always take like a second to jump that, or else I jump into the spikes, which is kind of bad because you kind of don't want to lose your fire. Okay. I think we're going to see more Kuribo Shoe here. I think we skipped the first one, because again, they're slow. There's a second one coming up. Oh, up. Okay. I hope there's a second one. Okay, phew. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm misremembering. Okay.
The fact that you haven't misremembered anything yet without looking at notes is just baffling to me. It's so wild.
I played this game way too much back in the day. Okay. And I think that's everything here. Yeah, this room is... I don't know if there's any more energy spheres I need to worry about. Oh, well. There goes fire. Oh, jumping here was a bad idea. Don't jump down there. I was like, maybe there's an ability down here I can grab for safety. And there's a bazillion Shotzos there. Shotzos are, cannons. So that's what you're kind of intended to do there. Just slide down everything with stone. Health? Oh, bless. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the last Ultra ability that we haven't seen yet. Ultra Hammer. You get to see Beam being pretty useful here. It's a pretty decent offensive ability in some situations. Oh, there we go. Grand Hammer, that's the name of it. Okay. So Grand Hammer has a bit of a gimmick where like you have all these giant stakes you want to pound, and by shaking the Wiimote, you can do a small pound, a medium pound, or a big pound. Obviously, you don't want to do a big pound if you can help it, because it's slow. You don't want to do any pounds at all, period, because they're slow. So you can kind of just see me skipping all these gimmicks, because you're supposed to like pound these for like health and stuff. Pound this so you can make some platforms, but we're ignoring that because it's slow. And just sneak past these Scarfies. And I think this is the big one, yeah. Okay. So we need to do a super pound here. I never mentioned, this game has motion controls, and quite a bit of it. But like, it's not too bad about it. Like, most of the waggle is pretty intuitive, I'd say. It's not too big of a deal. And like, usually the waggling kind of complements the controls. So like, you can kind of waggle to charge your tornado while you control the direction of the D-pad, which works well because the waggling is kind of independent of the D-pad. So like, I think those are kind of scenarios where waggle is not too bad. If anything, the main thing I have to criticize about this game in terms of the control scheme is the fact that it's a Wiimote, like the horizontal Wiimote control scheme. Which kind of hurts my hands, well, not hands, but like strains my left thumb a bit because of the D-pad after a while. I have the same issue when I run on Wario Land Shake It, which uses the same kind of control scheme. But still, I put up with it because I love the game. But just as a reminder, make sure you take care of your hands, everyone. Okay. That includes stretching. Oh, okay. This is a little scary. So we want to keep this cannon, I think, because this cannon will just destroy the mini-boss if you keep it long enough. It is on a timer. Got the ninja, just in case. Okay. Please don't run out. Hey. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye.
That was good.
Oh, I want that. So ninja is one of the best abilities in the game offensively. It's really just very powerful. And it's okay in terms of mobility. Get to wall jump, it's not very useful, but it's cute. We just have it because we don't have any other better alternatives. We're actually going to swap it out for a different ability immediately, I think. Okay. Stage 2. I think this world has 5 stages. And then the boss. As opposed to the past areas we've been to where they only have 4 stages. So like, you can kind of tell the worlds are just getting bigger and bigger. Okay. So, guess we'll see some ninja-ing here. That ability. Again, stolen from Superstar. We want this. It's interesting, because like Spirit is like by far not a very good ability in terms of mobility. But you get it quite a bit, because there's a lot of water areas that kind of necessitate it. Alright, so this is stage 3. Alright, this is stage 3 with Naked Kirby. First time we're seeing this stage, right? The reason I reset is because we need spear, and I don't think there are any spears you can eat. You know, there aren't any at all, because you can't eat anything in water. Because there's an energy sphere in this room that requires spear, so we can't lose this. So these spike balls are really dangerous because, like, again, if you touch any hazards, you drop your ability, and if you drop an ability in water, you lose it instantly, as you just saw, like, a minute ago. You can kind of just sneak past these, I think. Not as scary as it looks. Oh, and touching a blipper will not lose your ability. So again, the golden rule of this game is that unless you get physically attacked by an enemy, you will not lose your ability. Touching a Gordo kind of counts, basically. FYI. Like, if you touch a Gordo, you basically will lose your ability. But, yeah. Okay, this is the one and only time we see Needle, because Needle is one of the most useless abilities in the game. It's not very good. And we drop it. There we go. Hope you enjoyed Needle. Oops. And we only use Needle there because we just don't have any other options to go through the giant snowballs. Because Spear doesn't have any abilities, any attacks that gives you iframes to go through these. So that's the only reason we use Needle there. Okay. The wheel ability is interestingly absent in this game. And I think they kind of like tried to mix in the wheel ability with Needle. It didn't work because it's not very good. Still cute though. Okay. That's not scary at all. Yeah, rare use of seeing Cutter again. We kind of needed to cut the rope. I don't think I need Cutter, but I'll keep it just in case. Wrong. Okay. We don't need that. We do want this. And again, as I mentioned, ice is just nice because it accelerates instantly, and you move at the speed of sliding, frame perfect slides. And you get to see ice being decently offensively. Okay, cool. That actually went really well. We actually, if you blinked at the end, we grabbed the star and froze it and tossed it at the end. That was the finishing blow. Okay. Yeah, keep water, I think. I think the next level is a windy level, I think. Yeah, okay. You know, playing this game makes me want to run it again, honestly.
I was about to ask you how you felt about that.
I'm just like, this game just feels great to move in. I mean, it's not like super fast, but I blame the fact that it's on a bigger screen. That's one of the things people kind of criticize this game for, feeling slow, but like, I feel like it's still kind of as fast as the GBA games anyways. It's only because it's on a bigger screen that it doesn't feel as fast. But whereas like, if you have a much smaller screen, same proportion. Oh, can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? Go, 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 go! Go! I don't know if I can get past that. Oh, made it. Okay. Offering 100% for Mercy Kill is a great idea, I promise.
Yeah, how do you feel about that about midway through? How's that going for you?
It's going alright. I'm surprised I haven't like outright forgotten anything. I've had to restart like one stage so far. A little bit. Oh, I lost my water. Oh no, what will I ever do with all these water droplets around me? Okay. But yeah, I'm enjoying it though. I do absolutely miss this game a lot. I'm surprised with how much I remember too. Like, disclaimer, I played through like a good chunk of World 1 just to like make sure the game worked. I think I mentioned that already. And I haven't really like touched the rest of the game at all. I've watched runs like several months ago, but I haven't like actually played the game. So that's probably a part of why like it's not too hard for me to remember all this. Like I have watched some runs here and there, semi-recently. Not semi-recently, but like, you know what I mean. In the past year. Yeah, I kind of want the food there. Okay. I'm surprised that worked too. I was like, I don't know if I can fight the wind here. Okay. Here's everyone's favorite ability and Skybill's favorite ability so far in this game.
Yeah.
Let's go. Right before this, I told Sky I was going to take a walk outside and get some froyo. Now I kind of want some froyo again. Whee. Yeah, again, this is the one ultra ability where you want to keep abusing because it's fast. Like that. These jumps are surprisingly tight. Like that jump I barely made. So like it's surprisingly tight to make these jumps. Go. Right. Snowman! Let's go! Look at him, he's so cute. He's so happy. Oh, the game's just rubbing it in now. Look at all the ice cream down there. The game is just rubbing it in. Okay. So this is where you get to see Kirby just running on ice because it's faster than sliding. But like, again, acceleration takes a bit. So to counteract that, you kind of do a little short hop to accelerate on ice instantly. Okay, well, running into spikes is kind of not a good idea, though. I think there's a really cool strat I can do here coming up where I get to pull a hungry box and crouch underneath everything. Yeah, here. Oh. I don't think that mattered, but it looks cool, so I'll pretend it mattered. Okay. Oop. Yeah, spoiler alert, you kind of don't want to be below these. Bad idea. Okay. We want bomb. This is the first time we're seeing bomb in this run. It's not fantastic, but it's better than Cutter, so. Ah, oh well. Should be dead ideally by now, but you know, mercy kill. I'm gonna spit this at you. There we go. Because their bomb is not needed for anything. It's just purely for the mini boss. Please be a maximum potato. Thank you. Maximum tomato. I am having a good time with this game.
Good.
Okay. I think there's one more stage left in this world before the boss. I'm trying to remember what stage it is. I know you don't need bomb for anything really in the main game. Stage 5. I guess we'll see. I don't remember. I'll probably remember the moment I see it. Okay. Okay, I remember. Yeah, so this is the first time that I think this is the first time, ideally, that you should be seeing ice used. I think? Maybe not? I don't remember. So we want to go left to get a key. And ice is really convenient because when you're holding a key, you can't use any actual abilities. So like having fire while carrying a key or like anything else, you can't like use burning while carrying it. But with ice, you can still ice skate while carrying stuff, which is really convenient. So like the start of this level, it's as if the start of this level is really designed around having ice. Because like the game's level design is really good. You could just tell. Okay. Again, I'm gonna miss the cycle. Yep, I'm gonna miss the cycle. That's okay. The cycle matters because, again, I can't fly while carrying stuff, so I kind of need to make sure I stay on these platforms while carrying this cannon, because we need the cannon. And which works nicely because it complements ice, since we get to ice skate while using it, carrying it. Okay. Whee! Grab this. I don't need the 1-up. We have 13 lives, we're fine. Whee! And conveniently enough, there's a fire right here. Okay. And this. Okay. I remember this. Okay. So you're kind of supposed to chase down these blocks and kind of keep ahead of it, or else you get blocked in. But we have fire. Easy. Cute little puzzle room, though. Bum ba da bum 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 bum. Okay. Yeah, so like, again, you can kind of tell fire is like one of the best abilities in the game. You want to just keep using it a lot. As is the case for most Kirby games. Those are the burning ability. Oh yeah, those Scarfies are totally not a reference to Super Mario Bros. 2. where they just start chasing you after you pick up a key. No references at all whatsoever. Okay. I want that. I want the cake. Okay. Just gonna let muscle memory play out and play by instinct, because I think I remember where the energy sphere is. Don't need the we don't need the candle. Yeah, this feels right. Okay. Oh no, this room. Oh no. Okay. What you're supposed to do is grab the ice, freeze the snowball, and knock it into that switch. Problem, you can do it with fire while keeping fire, and you want to keep fire. I don't remember my spacing for this though. Okay. Okay. Wow, I can't believe I got that.
Kirby, are you alright over there?
I swear I haven't touched this game. I swear I have not touched this game. I have trouble with that in runs. I swear I have trouble with that. I have not touched this game. Alright. Well, we take those. We take those. So, like, the backup is to take ice, and ice does save time over fire in this room, because, again, you can ice skate while carrying keys, which is nice. By keys, I mean these keys, not keys-a-rons. I totally don't make that joke all the time in other streams. Don't mind me. Okay, and that is the last level in World 4. And then we're about to fight the boss. Sky, so question. How familiar are you with Dragon Ball?
Only slightly. Why?
Okay, do you are you familiar enough with it to know what Super Saiyan Goku looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So just enjoy this boss fight coming up. No commentary. If anyone in chat who has played the game will know what I'm referring to. Okay. Hi there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. He's angry. He's Super Saiyan.
Oh, I love this.
I love it too. Unfortunately, I'm gonna kill him way too quickly. He's about to Kamehameha me, but I just killed him too quickly. There's actually a third phase to this fight. You can kind of tell because there's gonna be another piece of ground we fall through. That right there. But we skipped it because we just killed him way too quickly. So if it wasn't obvious, Ninja is really, really good for bosses. It is just very offensively powerful, and it got a much needed buff compared to Superstar because the ability I was doing repeatedly, the quad shock, it doesn't work in the air. Like, if you do it on the ground in Superstar, you get the second attack, which is what deals with DPS. But in Superstar, if you did it in the air, you don't get that extra hit. But in this game, they give it extra range and a second hit, so it's just really good. But that is the end of World 4, and I think this is a good time to get ready to pause the timer, Sky. You have that ready?
Yes, sounds good. Just count us down when you would like to pause the timer, Kirby.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, pause.
All right, sounds great. And before we take our wellness break, first of all, if you are not following Kirby, please be sure to give Kirby a follow. That is at twitch.tv/KirbyMasta. That is KIRBYMASTAH for folks, especially if you're watching on YouTube as well, too. Also, speaking of YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel and help us get closer to a golden play button with 1 million subscribers. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, both with hotfix and with AGDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily GDQ content. And with that being said, everyone be sure to get up, get stretched, stay hydrated, and we'll be right back with Mercy Kill.
Eat your bananas.
To Mercy Kill, I'm joined here by Kirby Master, and this is Kirby's return to Dreamland 100%, which Kirby said there's a potential interest in running this game again at some point. I want to hear more about that as we get back in, but Kirby, on your count, we'll get right back into the action.
Yeah, so I'll just dive back in. 3, 2, 1, go.
You got this.
Yup. So there are 5 worlds in this game. We are close to the end. Totally. This world is called Nutty Noon. Fun fact. This is Cookie Country. Raisin Ruins. Onion Ocean. White Wafers. Nutty Noon. If you take they are 2-word world names with the same letter. And if you take the first letter of each world, it spells crown.
That makes me want peanut butter. I love peanut butter.
I think in Triple Deluxe, if you do the same thing, it spells flour. I don't remember what they do in Planet Robobot. I think it's like program or something like that. Basically, look for that stuff because Kirby games like to do that. Okay, so there's gonna be some interesting tech here, and hopefully I don't dive to my death. So the Ninja and Fighter ability has some movement tech where you can kind of cancel a dive like this and carry your horizontal momentum like that. You kind of see why this is a little dangerous because I'm kind of doing it over a bottomless pit. If I miss a single input, I just dive to my death. And I mentioned, Sky asked earlier, is there another ability in the game better than fire? And your answer is about to get answered, right? Question is about to get answered here. Welcome to Wing. It's broken. It is very, 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 very good in this game.
Aww.
You are a bird. Hopefully I don't lose it instantly. Okay.
I kind of wish that they would have redone Wing so Kirby looked like Dynablade, as someone who absolutely loves Dynablade. That's how I felt like it should have been done. I'm like, why doesn't Kirby look like Dynablade? But they went with the more classic illustration here.
Mm-hmm. It's basically modeled after the Superstar version. But it's just really good because there's no hit lag when you go through enemies like that. There's just no hit lag at all. And it's just very fast, horizontally and vertically. And it also has the ability to cut stuff like that. So it obsoletes Cutter and Sword for those purposes. And this moveset's also just ridiculous. Like, let me just show off the moveset here. Dash +1 or dash +1 in midair. And then you have like an entire branch of movesets after Condor Head. Where like you press up and down, you do a dive. If you press down, instead you do a vertical dive instead of a diagonal dive. And so on. And you also have this combo set here where like if you do it next to a foe, you get to toss them and cancel that. And Fling is just incredibly flexible because like every one of these dives I do, I can cancel it with a downward dive or a diagonal dive. It's just an incredibly flexible ability. And I think they knew how broken it was because they introduced it so late. This is the last ability that they introduced in the game. That being said, it isn't the fastest ability in the game for pure vertical movement. That's actually high jump, but it's the second best, I think. And oh yeah, lots of iframes. Lots and lots of iframes there. That's why it is also so good. So like all these combos I'm doing, you basically just extend your iframes, basically. So, oh. Is my attack a little bit too short to get past the spike ball? I'm just going to add an extra attack and add on more iframes. So yeah, that was... I think that was a good showcase of what Wing's capable of. You're going to see a lot more of it, although we're not going to be sticking to it the entire time, just because sometimes we'll have to swap it out for other stuff. The any % speedrun, what it does is, in the last screen of the literal first stage, it does a mix on Wing, and then you keep Wing for the entire game. That's the 90% speedrun, because it's that good. Like, you just literally speedrun the entire game with Wing in 90%. Except for the final boss. You switch to Ninja just for the final boss. So, like, that's just how game-breaking this ability is. Like, it's not worth it in 100% because you just have to swap abilities a lot out of necessity. I think that's the phrase.
So they didn't bring back Jet, but they brought back Wing. Jet was the only thing I could think of that would be faster than this ability.
Yeah, Jet's like the big broken ability in Superstar. They didn't bring it back in this game. They did bring it back in Planet Robobot, though. And it's still good, but it's definitely very heavily nerfed.
Is there no wheel in this game?
There is no wheel in this game.
Oh.
Needle kind of replaces that. Like, you have a wheel ability with Needle, but it's not very good. Oh yeah, so there's a puzzle here where you're supposed to grab bomb, step on the switch and throw it at the bomb block. Oh, we have Wing. Oh, ah! Never mind. Never mind. You can literally skip that with Wing. But I failed it, so we'll do this the casual way, I guess, if I remember how to do it. You can just squeeze through that gap with wing, because it's so fast, but I don't remember the angle for this. All right, that's what the show is for. There we go. So that's the intended way to do that.
What a gamer. Look at
know.
that. Even doing the intended strats when it's clearly very difficult on the spot. That was very good.
I find a wing strat easier than that, honestly. And it's obviously faster too, but we lost it. Oh well. I had wing, and now we're just gonna lose more time here because you're supposed to just fly up all these rooms with wing, but you know, it do be like that. I don't think Ninja's gonna help, but better than no ability. I could probably do this. There we go. So we have a boss fight coming up here. I guess we'll probably save time over wing because Ninja's a bit better than wing offensively. Okay. Bye. And I think we want to eat this because we need to pound some steaks. Not the food.
Steaks.
I know. So yeah, these. If I had wing, I would actually conserve wing and pound these while carrying wing around. And then after I pound those 2 steaks, I go back to wing because it just saves that much time, even in the next room. Because you only keep wing for 1 more room after this, but it still saves so much time that it's worth it. Because we're about to lose it here because we have an ultra ability segment coming up. Flare Beam, which you've seen before. We've seen every ultra ability in this game up to this point. Okay. Yeah, I think we want to stand here and then move because that lures one of the Scarfies a little bit lower. You can jump through them, but I didn't. It's okay. Oh, that's a little scary. Okay. And we want to hit all these switches. You can open up a path. I was wondering if that Scarfie, like the angry Scarfie, would hit me during that animation. I'm glad it didn't. Then we have this little puzzle here where we will need to, again, hit all these switches. The flare beam. Boom.
I just want to bring this up that we don't get a lot of 100% run submissions to Mercy Kill. So the fact that Kirby can remember all of this from a run is just really impressive to me.
I played this game way too much.
Well, you say that, but it's a lot. It's very much a lot, and it's just good memory here.
I have speedrun quite a few games. I think it just kind of comes with experience. But yeah, I appreciate the compliments. And like anyone can like just run any category really. It just takes time. Like a lot of people be like a lot of people are like, wow, Kirby's really good at this game. How can I ever beat that? No, it's because I put a lot of time in the game. Anyone can be good at speedrunning a game. All it takes is time and practice. And good to go. Well, not good to go, but you know what I mean.
And of course, self-care too. It's always important to take breaks if you overdo it. A lot of people underestimate how much self-care and breaks from something
Absolutely.
can also be productive, especially in speedrunning.
That was a really good fight. I'm surprised that went that smoothly. It's really weird that like this game gives you Parasol at the end of all these dimensional rifts, and it's just so broken, but it's so convenient. Like I think that's the 4th speedrun we fought with Parasol. Alright, so I think that's the end of the stage, because the goal was right up here, I think. Yeah, okay. So Kirby games like to recycle music a lot, and I don't mean that in a negative way. The recycled music is really good usually, because, you know, Kirby music, remakes. And for anyone familiar with Kirby games in general, you might recognize the theme coming up. I'll just be quiet for a bit, because it's very much, well, not a banger, but it's more like a comfy banger. All right. I love this music.
So, Kirby, how are you feeling about? Let me check time for you real quickly. Counting up, it's 1:37. How do you feel about like your ability to finish before the estimate?
I think I'm pretty clear to finish an under estimate. Like, I think my estimate was my SGP 2013 estimate. Mm-hmm. This has been going pretty well in general, honestly. I mean, yeah, some brain farts, but you know.
Oh, well, it's not Mercy Kill without brain farts.
Exactly, exactly. All right, so we're going to have some Kizarons here. I don't like Kizaron, so we're just going to bully him a bit. Take that Kizaron. I'm calling these Kizaron because they look like keys from Zelda. Oh, no! No, Kizaron it sucked to me! No, come back! I might actually lose the key. No! Come back, key! No!
Oh, Kirby.
Can we blame Kizaron for that? I'm gonna blame Keys for that.
I was gonna say, I think that's Kizaron just getting revenge, you know?
I got too happy trying to bully Kizaron.
Oh.
It's okay, love you, Keys, but also heck you. Alright, so yeah, we kind of need this key here. This key's here. Can I punch this? Curious. You can tell we have a lot of time. Oh, I can punch it. Cool. Okay. All right. So we are supposed to have Paracel for this, but I guess we'll see what happens without it. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay. I noticed an energy sphere somewhere in this room. We might need this. I don't remember exactly where. I just know it's along the right wall. Yeah. Okay. We do need this. Okay. Ow. Okay. And yeah, okay. We normally want Paracel here, but kind of lost it. Not the end of the world. Hey. Oh! That move I'm using, I think has iframes? I don't remember if it does. Maybe not. Okay, I think just the very start has iframes. Okay. There's actually like a giant data sheet that I think his name is Plus Rock from GameFAQs, who took data on all this, like, the damage of like pretty much every single attack in a game that is now documented on SDA. Yes, SDA. That's how old it is. You can kind of see it on the SD knowledge base. It's still probably there, honestly. I don't know if the current community knows about it, but it's something. And then Joselle, the other runner I mentioned, who helped route and push this game as well, she took a lot of frame data for the movement for a lot of abilities, which is where I like know a lot of like, oh, this ability is the fastest horizontally. This one's good for this horizontally. The one, because she did a lot of work on that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, have some pizza.
Did you say pizza?
Yep. Just had 3 slices. Yeah, high jump pretty good. And bless, we got our wing back. Oh yeah, there's an energy sphere hidden in the corner here, by the way. Hey. A lot of people missed that.
I was gonna, again, that's just another thing we can add to the list of how does Kirby remember these things?
I absolutely missed that in my first playthrough. But
everybody does.
I think almost everyone does. Like, you can kind of see it shining, but you had to like look for it to notice it.
It's one of those where you get mad at the game when you find out where it actually is, because it's like, how even?
Well, like it's not like it's hidden. Like you can see a hint for it too. So it's like you can't even like entirely be angry either. It's that kind of thing. It was like, oh, they technically hinted at it, but it also just makes you annoyed. Yeah, so wing's kind of good, just a little bit. I think we want this. Shoo. Good.
Wait, that's a Mario thing.
Yep.
What? What gives?
Yep. It's a Kirby game. They love their references.
I see.
They love their references.
I'm a Mario runner, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Okay. This area is kind of scary because there's just a bazillion cannons firing at you, and like again, you lose your ability. The general rule is you lose your ability if you get hit by like an actual attack. That includes cannonballs or a hazard. Touching enemies will usually not make you lose your ability. So like touching those cannons will not lose your ability. That's the general rule. I did do a speedrun of what's it called? Some Picross speedruns on Fant's Game Master show.
Are you talking about Game Masters?
Yeah, someone mentioned it in chat.
Oh yeah, that's another.
I am that same person. Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah. By the way, Wing's kind of good offensively. It's not like Parasol good, but like it's still good. So. All right. So this is one of the few times this is one of those parts where we're going to be using our Ultra ability pretty commonly, mostly because we kind of have to. Like, I'm pretty sure we have to hit pretty much every stake to get to the Dimensional Rift. So, not these though. We don't need to bother with these. Okay. Boing. And again, these are motion controls, which, again, as I mentioned, they generally work pretty well in this game. And like, a lot of people understandably don't like waggle a lot. This game isn't like too waggle intensive, so it's not too big of a deal. So, and thankfully, the remaster of this game will be playable on a Pro Controller, so that'll be cool. And I promise, Sky and I did not plan this ahead of time.
Oh, no,
we planned this before the remaster was announced. It's not like we had like insider information on that. I am looking forward to it, though.
It was a beautiful coincidence.
Yeah, like, I love this game aesthetically, and I'm excited to see the remaster for it. Alright. I think this is probably one of the most difficult dimensional rifts, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah, no, this one's horrible. This one sucks.
No. Is this the one where if you're playing this casually, this is the level you remember?
It's not bad casually, because like you're kind of intended to just inhale a bunch of stuff and spit them. But like you want to skip that, meaning you kind of have to just work around the lack of spitting anything really. And it's also just a very cycle heavy area. I think you can make that technically, but good luck. Oh. Okay.
First of all, that sound. I just want to address that sound that Kirby. What was that? In a good way, mind you, in a good way.
I don't remember if whip or if spear is better. I think I use spear. I'm more comfortable with it.
That may be one of my favorite gamer stunts I've ever heard. That was good.
We're in for a ride.
Thank you, Kirby. Thank you.
All right. Chat, if you have any cat jam emotes or bobble emotes, I want you all to get them ready. Because this next stage coming up is a huge cat jam. I know some nuke subs are out there. I know some sky subs are out there. You know which emote to get ready to spam.
I put one in chat as an example. I put Nuke Bobble in there.
I'll put one too.
Is it?
Okay.
We need Keymons.
All right. So this next stage is a mini boss rush. And it's one of my favorite stages in the game to speedrun because it's just a huge banger and it's just also boss ability swap, and you just kind of go, go, and it's just really fun. Also, we have some time, so this is Fighter's tech tree. There's a lot. There's still a lot. These are hot. That bottom input, by the way, is the Hadoken input from Street Fighter. It's a quarter circle. There's still more. And I think that's it, yeah. So, that's a instant Hadoken. I don't think they have that in Superstar. I don't remember. Like this game, like the Fighter Kirby has all these inputs that vary depending on if you're holding an attack button or tapping it, just like Street Fighter. Okay, we're just gonna Hadoken this boss to death. I can actually do the inputs. Okay, apparently not. Okay, whatever. Well, that's okay. Now we're gonna use sword for once. Ba-da-bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Then, this is like the one time we're gonna use sword offensively. And the best DPS for sword is just spamming spin attacks. And then we're gonna swap to stone, because we need it for the next energy sphere. Okay. Cool, that was actually really clean. Because giving yourself enough space to just do the stone attacks to go through that cleanly is really difficult. We're swapping to beam for the next mini boss. Okay, and we're swapping to water, because we need it for the next energy sphere. Whee! Bobble, bobble, bobble. God, I love this theme so much. We're gonna keep water, because it's really good against the next mini boss. Because this is the first time we're seeing this mini boss named Dubior, and he is an aerial mini boss, and Double Rainbow is really good against that, because it covers a really wide range. Okay, wrong attack, but that's okay. And then we're swapping to this, Spark. They kind of combine Spark from the DBA games with Plasma, from Superstar, because you can kind of charge up Spark and shoot Plasma by shaking the Wiimote a lot. It is not very good in this game though. It has decent DPS, but it's like nowhere close to like Parasol, Fighter, Wing, Fire, and so on. So it's all actually not that great. The charge up is kind of slow, but the barrier is definitely very nice. You will see Spark being used later on a bit. But it is definitely like one of the weakest abilities in the game offensively. It's a very good noob ability though, because like you can just shoot plasma shots after charging up and you just do it over and over again. So like a lot of people aren't like first playthroughs. It is a very easy to use ability, but the DPS on it is very underwhelming compared to other abilities. Like, I think it has the worst DPS in the game after Needle, I think, and that is not good. I think pretty much every ability in the game has better DPS than Spark. So it is not good offensively. Case in point, we're switching to Wing. Alright. This is totally the final boss in the game. No sarcasm whatsoever. Because we're about to get the last ship part. And we're fighting... What are we gonna fight? What are we gonna fight? A giant spear doomer called Grand Doomer. Okay. I do not remember this boss's patterns. Should be dead by now, but you know, whatever. There we go. Okay, so now we're getting to the second phase, and the second phase requires, you can't damage it. You kind of see some barriers on it right now, on the health bar. So we can't actually damage it right now. The only way to damage it is with an Ultra ability, which it's gonna spawn conveniently. And now we got Ultra Sword. There it is. Bamboo Stick, let's go! And this is kind of a skip I'm doing here, because you can kind of notice I'm conserving this wing. Because I don't want to lose it. I want to keep it. So I have to like drop it to use my sword ability and then just pick up the wing again to make sure it doesn't disappear. And you'll see why I'm doing this. Yo, nice Meta Knight sword.
That's a big sword.
Yeah, that's a big sword. Okay, so what's supposed to happen here now is when you're supposed to hit it again with your Ultra Sword. Then you enter this really big animation where you're supposed to like shake your Wiimote a lot. You're kind of going this like tug-of-war kind of thing for like 20 seconds. Or you can just smack it with wing, and that ends it. So, pretty huge time saver. And a bigger time save is the fact that we keep wing. We get to keep it into the next stage.
Is it just me, or does the Wiimote feel like a controller that's from forever ago? I don't get that same feeling with a GameCube controller, which is older than that, but there's just something about the Wiimote that just feels outdated.
It just feels outdated, maybe, yeah, like old.
Yeah.
I don't mind it with the nunchuck, typically. I think it works well. That kind of setup works well for some games, but
yeah.
The horizontal setup's kind of
yeah, the horizontal setup feels awkward, I think is a good way to put it.
All right, so we finished the game, totally. We just repaired Magolor's ship and got all 5 ship parts, so he's gonna put us on a vacation and go to Halcondra. Nothing bad is gonna happen at all whatsoever.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I guess I'll skip this for now. Spoiler alert, we got sniped by that dragon up there. That dragon just kind of shot us down, so we have to now kill it. And we are in another planet. So World 6 is, what's it called? Egg Engines, I totally knew that. And this is the world where like the game's atmosphere is like, yeah, no, this is where shit gets real. This is where things get real. Just kind of tell from the atmosphere and the music. And the difficulty just kind of jumps up pretty drastically. Like you can kind of see all these crushers all over the place here. Thankfully we have wings, so we can kind of just cheese through everything. And all these cannons all over the place. But like, again, we have wings, so we're just gonna skip everything. Nice door cancel. Okay, I'm gonna have to be a little careful here because I think there are some sleep abilities flying around you. Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to touch those. Or else you'll get sleep, and we all know what sleep does in Kirby games. Play a little safe. Yeah, okay. I knew that was coming. I didn't remember exactly when it was, so I was playing that safe. Okay. Get to play some Donkey Kong Country here. I do not remember, like, when I want to go ASAP, because these are scary. Okay, this one's also scary, because you only have one shot at this shot, literally. Got it, okay. Because if you go through that, you're going to miss this door, and you don't have any more shots at it. So you only have one shot at that. If I miss it, then I think I have to restart the entire stage. Or you can take a death here. But you can kind of tell that's pretty close. Okay. And more wing action. Wing action. There. Whee! 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 Okay. Okay, I wasn't sure if I can make it past that energy ball. Just wing, 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 wing. I don't remember if I get this, but I'll just get it for safety. What's here again? I don't remember this is energy sphere. Nope. Okay. And then, oh yeah, it wouldn't be, because yeah, there's a Ultra Ability segment coming up soon. Monster Flame. Again, this is called Dragon Flame in Japanese. I kind of wish they kept that name, but oh well. Maybe the remaster will rename it to Dragon Flame, because it's way cooler in my opinion. once again, you know the drill. Don't use your ability because it's slow. Kind of need just skip everything and or damage, boost everything. And like these things hit you like a truck, so you kind of have to be kind of careful. But again, the game does have kind of a mercy mechanic, so like I can take one more hit safely, even though it looks like I'm about to die. Because like if you take a fatal hit, but you're not at like 1 HP, you'll survive at 1 HP. Oh yeah, you can actually move the flame up and down. Fun fact. Okay. Okay, we want to spit this way, I think. Yeah, because that just clears a bunch of blocks for you in the way. It's a little scary because we're kind of close to dying. It's a little scary. I'm gonna play this safe. Portals are scary. The Gordos just do a lot of damage to you. As you can tell by that stripping off almost half my health there. Half my remaining health, I should say. Okay. Okay, and then we have...
I have to ask, Kirby, does the moving background ever get to you? I feel like that would be a pretty big distraction.
Would it? I never noticed it, honestly. I wouldn't blame you, though.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just can always pick up on if a background's moving, and then my eyes kind of go to the background instead of the foreground, and it kind of gets to me. So I was just curious if you had any kind of struggles with stuff like that.
I personally don't, but I don't blame anyone who kind of does. Because like now that you pointed out, it's like, oh yeah, the background looks cool, but it's also kind of distracting. Like look at the background, right? It's like kind of green, purple, blue.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, but also understandably distracting for some people.
Yeah, I mean, the games I grew up on, with the exception of maybe Super Mario World, which you can fly over a lot of and avoid parts of the game with that scrolling background. Like, I'm used to playing games with, like, solid backgrounds, right? Or with not a lot going on in the background. So.
Oh, you don't want to see me speedrun a Sonic Advance game, then?
Oh, goodness. No, I have seen it. I've seen several of your G... Oh, of course. I think I was actually hosting for one of them. No, it's impressive to watch, but in terms of me actually running it and trying to pull off tricks and stuff, I think that would be a little difficult. Also, we have seen rooms like this from Kirby's Adventure here. This looks very familiar to me.
Yeah, it does. Game loves its references. All right. So I think there's a spot coming up soon where you want to go for a mix. I probably won't go for it because it sucks to go for, and like ideally I would just get wing again, but like if I don't do the mix I get to showcase more abilities, which is kind of cooler anyways. So we want water, I think, coming up. Yeah. Like the game is just basically saying right now, get water. There's a lot of water enemies here, get water.
Did you say hydrate? All right, everyone.
Yeah, stay hydrated, everyone. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Okay. Should I go for it? Okay, cool. Made the cycle. I shouldn't have gone for that. I'm like, I'll just go for it because it's cool. Okay. Oh, we need stone because there's a water segment coming up where we need to destroy some metal blocks. And I cannot lose the stone. I don't think there's any backups for this if I lose it, so I have to restart the stage if I lose it. And again, if you lose an ability in water, it's gone permanently, because abilities in water shatter instantly. I go left here for damage boost, I think. Yeah, okay.
Okay, with all the machinery and all the spikes and everything, other than the fact that you can
Why did I go for that?
Oh, goodness. I was going to say, I'm getting poison pond vibes from this level.
Why did I go for that?
I don't know, but I'm impressed. Does that count for anything?
Thank you. I just muscle memory just took over.
Go follow Kirby, y'all, if you haven't done so already. Who is thinking about running it? Not a guarantee, but Kirby is thinking about running the game. I'll say that.
That was the mix, and I was one off from getting wing.
Oh, heck.
Which you want, but you know, oh well. The non-mixed route is to get Mike, and you can kind of tell just the lack of a mobile ability here is kind of slow here. But it's not a big deal because like there's a mini boss coming up, and you need to eat the mini boss for an energy sphere coming up. So not a big deal to like just not go for the mix. Mike is a good alternative to get because there's a mini boss coming up, and Mike is really good against mini bosses. You know what to say, chat? Toria! Testo! Okay. We need Spark.
They brought Spark back. That's cute.
Yep, we need Spark to destroy these blocks because Spark has like this zapping ability you can do like that. Oh. There's a backup for this. Yeah, okay, so there's an energy sphere we just missed. You normally have to restart the stage. We got it, okay, I got the backup. But if normally you have to restart the stage if you missed that, you only have one shot. But there's a backup there where you can just fire a charged plasma shot in the corner and you'll hit it. It's pretty tight though, but I somehow got it first try. We take those. And the convenient thing about Spark is you get to, similarly to how you can ice skate while carrying stuff with ice, you get to charge your plasma while carrying stuff and while having Spark. So you get to just run through enemies like that, which is convenience. Okay, cool. And I think that is the second stage of World 6. We have 3 to go and then the boss. And you get to see Spark being kind of useful in the next stage coming up. If it's what I remember. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of wind and some conveyor belts, and the fastest way to move on conveyor belts is to just keep sliding. Or running. You actually don't want to slide uphill much, because like when you run, or if you're moving uphill on the ground, you slow down. And the opposite is true when going downhill. You kind of want to like jump over uphill if you can help it. At least if you're like doing ground-based movements. See me jumping there. Just skip that uphill slope. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm glad I remember that. Because you pretty much have only one shot at that. So there's a double mini boss coming up here, so we want Parasol. Because we all know what Parasol is, how good it is against grounded enemies. Okay, goodbye. And okay. So there's an energy sphere here. At the bottom, in the gap, I think. Yeah, you can see it there. Okay. Keep doing some parasol movements. Okay, and then this is a flare beam segment coming up, so another ultra ability segment coming up here. So, swing. So you're supposed to like zap all these things to get health and stuff. The actual, what's it called? Dimensional Rift is in the next screen. And it's kind of an interesting little puzzle. We have to wait a bit. You have to get all of these in one go. So a lot of people probably had trouble with this, understandably. You just want to go left, hit the screen, hold right. And there you go. Pretty consistent once you know that. Okay. Oh god, this one sucks. Oh, I think this is my least favorite dimensional rift. It's just so awkward to navigate with all the water and the cannons. Vomit. Oh, there's just no good way to navigate this really, because just everything is just anti-speed. Enemies in the way all over the place. Ooh, banana. Apparently there's a lot of bananas here. I don't know why. Not complaining though. Okay. Oh, that poor fish just trapped there again. Look at those poor fish. What did he do to them? Look at them. Oh, Hammer. Okay, so Hammer is unsurprisingly one of the just really good for DPS. It also has this attack. Oh well, okay. If I actually hit all of it. Ah. Yeah, this attack here is like one of the most broken attacks in the game. It's not as good as like the hammer flip in terms of like this attack here is like has ridiculous DPS, but it's really hard to hit and gives you no iframes. The hammer twirl, which is this attack, and also that attack, all of that is iframes. So it still does a very high amount of DPS and just gives you so many invincibility frames. It's just a really powerful ability in general. I don't think we really use Hammer much for bosses in this category. Like, there just isn't a good opportunity to make use of it, unfortunately. But I think my arena PB is with Hammer. So, like, it's one of the top abilities of choice for the arena, which is basically a mini game of boss rushes.
I'm glad they brought that back from Kirby Superstar. That was one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah, and they have it in pretty much every Kirby game after this. It's just really fun. And like, this game is kind of... That's what I really like about these games. Like, yeah, it's Kirby games, so like they're casual and relatively pretty easy usually. But like, there's also a surprising amount of depth in these games, especially like starting with this game and Superstar and like Planet Robobot and stuff. Like, there's a lot of depth that you saw with like the movesets and stuff. And like, for people who want to like delve into the game a bit more, want more of a challenge, pretty much every Kirby game gives that with the arenas and the true arenas. To, like, test your abilities with that and like really reward you with that knowledge. And it's really satisfying. So like, it's a very fun, it's a surprisingly complex platformer where like, if you don't want to bother with all the complexity and just turn your brain off, that's also perfectly okay. This game also has like the arena and that kind of stuff for people who do care about that stuff or want to like just dive in a bit more. It's honestly pretty cool. And I appreciate that a lot. Okay, I think we lose Hammer intentionally. So I'll just drop it because that feels correct. And this is kind of the water level of this world. Just a lot of water coming up. Spoiler alert, Parasol's good. Parasol is probably like one of the top 5 used abilities in the speedrun. It wasn't obvious. Just decent for mobility, good for water, and destroys bosses. Speaking of which. Goodbye. Yeah, I think we need this. Yeah, we need this, okay. Cool. Kind of did a little bit of a skip there to keep my Parasol while still using Cutter to snipe that, and then getting my Parasol back, because we really want it for the next room. Remember if I want to go right. Okay, well, I can't go right. There's a current. I know there's an energy sphere here. Yeah, you can see it right there. Don't go that way. Yeah, okay, cool. Like, again, Parasol is just good because it just gives you lots of iframes and water mobility. Oop. Okay, I say that as I get eaten because I didn't hold the one button long enough, so rip that. That's okay. I don't think we need it anymore. Made it. No! I didn't make it! I thought I made it. Hey. Okay. Gonna have some words with this nerd. Go. Okay, made it.
Oh, that looks very scary.
Yeah, it is. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay, I was right. You need Spark to kind of zap that, because you need to zap stuff vertically through the ceiling. I don't remember if you want to keep Parasol or we just swap to Spark. I think we keep Parasol ideally. Oh no, we just want to keep Spark because your ability doesn't matter in the next stage because you're waiting on you're bottlenecked by cycles. I think. Okay. Stage 5. We've got one more stage left, and then probably the hardest boss in the game to speedrun. Not even joking. Okay. Yeah, okay, it is a stage. So like your mobility here doesn't really matter because it cycles. Lots of cycles. And there's fire right here, which you have time to get because cycles. So fire is surprisingly technical because like you don't want to be holding the right button every time you use fire, because like that kind of hurts your. If you like hold the right button after you do a burning, you kind of set your speed to your default speed, which is slower than pressing no direction. So like after every burning you do, you want to like let go of any direction until you initiate the next burning. And that just gives you a little bit of extra that was close. I'm like talking about fire. I'm like, wait a second. I think there's an energy sphere here. Okay. I think we have time. We definitely have time. That's the wrong one. There's a fun little secret in the stage somewhere. I'll show it off if I remember where it is. Lots of abilities for passing by here. Oh, hey, there's a wing here. Convenience. We're just gonna get a quick upgrade here because wing's broken. Oh, that maximum tomato would have been nice. That maximum tomato would have been kind of nice. So you're supposed to like pick up this key and kind of go all the way around, but we're just gonna do that because we have wing. And we have wings, so we can do this. Okay, it's this I'm thinking of. Alright, there's a secret here, by the way. Whee! Obviously not part of the speedrun, but you know, it's cool. Whee! Got jam. Hey! H-A-L. Woo!
For Hell Levitors.
Yep. And fun fact, those 4 abilities you just saw are the 4 new abilities they introduced in this game. Like spear, water, all that stuff, I think. This is kind of scary because, again, you die if you get crushed. You kind of don't want to die, especially while we have wing. Okay. Alright, so there's another little crystal coming up, I think. Which is, again, one of those items you want to carry around that makes you invincible. Invisible, blah. And we need it for the next energy sphere. And it's also just convenient because you can just kind of walk through everything there. slightly scary. Lots of crushers. So yeah, again, this is the world where the game's like, no, this is where stuff gets real. we are not messing around anymore in this game. Hey, no one saw that, right? No one saw that.
That what?
Exactly. Hey! I just do that to swag. Because it's funny. Okay. Alright, that is the last stage of Zone 6. Act 6. No, World 6. I'm mixing up way too many platformers in my head. So... Yeah, I do that little swag thing around the energy sphere for fun. You can tell I just do that every time because we're kind of waiting anyways. Alright, this is the boss of the zone, and he's really difficult because our ability of choice is Wing. And Wing is really good, but it doesn't do very well against very small bosses on the ground. It doesn't. Ninja is better, but we want Wing for the mobility in the next world. So... this will probably be kind of a crapshoot, but we'll see how it goes. He is very tiny. Okay. Fun fact, he displays damage values too. Like every time you hit him, he displays the damage value you're doing, and if you round it to the nearest 10th, that's how much damage you're actually doing. So that shockwave there does 17, 18 damage, for example. That's how Plasturog, who was able to get the data of how much damage every attack does. Tested it all on this boss. Yeah, like 100 damage, 237, that actually translates to 24 damage and 10 damage. And so he tested that with every attack in the game on this boss. And it's very impressive. And there's like a giant database of that on Speed Demo's Archive knowledge base. Yes, I said Speed Demo's Archive. Back when Speed Demo's Archive was something people used a lot more regularly. But yeah, it's a really cool thing though. Just hurry up and smash that dragon into smithereens. Wow, Magalore, that's not a nice thing to say. No foreshadowing at all whatsoever. Alright, this is the 7th world. Dangerous Dinner. So I mentioned how if you take the first letter of the first world, the first 5 worlds, it spells crown. If you add on the 6th and the 7th letters, so Egg Engines and Dangerous Dinner, it spells crowned in past tense. Alright. This is a very, very scary stage. Because all of those lava pillars, if you touch them, your ability will just shatter. So, this is absolutely even more of the this stuff gets real zone. It is very scary. Navigate with Wing. Oh! Okay, we're fine. No food though. Alright. Giant boulder chasing after us. Okay. Lots of Wing. More Wing. So you can tell, like, there just aren't any wings that you can get in early on in this area. So, like, keeping Wing is just so important. Okay, we're fine. That could have been sketchy. Okay. I think that's the first one. Cool, okay. And we have a mini boss coming up, which we need to eat because we need water. And we need water because water can walk on lava safely. And we need to carry this key. So you see me just jumping over to uphill spots because they slow you down. We use the key there. And... this is very scary. We're good. We're good. I think. Okay, we're good. And we drop this, yeah, because we won't fire. Damage boost so we can stand on the lava and initiate a burning to not lose our ability. Okay. I don't remember if we want to keep fire or switch to a tornado. Is there a tornado right there? Okay, well, I guess we're taking tornado. I guess we're taking tornado. I want the hamburger. Give me. Thank you. Okay. Okay, this is kind of a cute little puzzle here, because you kind of want to hit these switches and make sure this little enemy doesn't die. You kind of need to make blocks so to force it to jump, not hit the wrong ones. Is that right? Oh my god. There are way too many close calls in this level. Holy moly. Way too many close calls. Okay. So there are switches you don't want to hit, but you still want to hit them after that little guy, I don't remember his name, passes, because if you leave the switches unhit, then you're going to hit them on the way back anyways, after you hit it using the cannon, which will cost time, because of the hit lag. Right, so I think this is the last time we're going to see our favorite Ultra ability, Snowball. So enjoy it while it lasts. We get to Noom a bit, and Spin Dash, I mean, pretend to be Sonic. So we want to jump before these slopes, I think, because that just gives you the horizontal speed to go through those slopes really quickly. Because if you jump off of an uphill slope, you'll do kind of an uphill slope jump, just like a Sonic game, which you kind of don't want to do in this case because it slows you down. Like that. You don't want to do that if you can help it. Okay. Cat and Sky, everyone, say goodbye to Snowball.
Bye.
Bye. I'll miss my ice cream.
How are you feeling about the clock versus your run here?
I don't know what timer on the clock is.
50 minutes left.
I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, 5-0 by the way, not 15. I know those sound the same.
15 will be very... I'm not making 15.
No, 50, Kirby.
I think we'll probably finish at like 20 left. 15 if things go smoothly. Probably. Oh, we'll see. Oh, this Dimensional Rift has a fun little trap that I can guarantee almost everyone fell for, myself included, because we all do a brain fart. So, okay. Pay attention to this. When you pull this lever, that's the game teaching you. That will squish you. But the game blocks you off, so you can't get yourself squished. Almost everyone will have done that, and then went into there and got squished right after. I've done that myself. It's like, oh, what can happen? I'm not gonna get squished. Oh, you can make this though, by the way. So, I have absolutely gotten squished by that without thinking. I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it because I like rushing. Oh, wait. I should have paid attention to the first cannon. Whoops. So yeah, you can kind of tell the game's kind of hard mode because usually at these Speedrunner segments you get 2 abilities. In World 7, one of them is always sleep. So you're kind of just forced to use only one ability. We get to see Whip a bit. Oh, dang it. And that is stage 1 of World 7. World 7 only has 3 stages, but they all have 5 energy spheres each, and they are all very long. So, and difficult. Alright, but that's 1 down, 2 to go.
I believe in you.
We believe, yep. All right, so we have 2 stages left. The start of the stage, I think, is an auto-scroller, which we haven't really had many of those, thankfully. I think this is like the only one in the game out of the main stages. So we kind of really can't speed this up. So Sky, how's your evening going?
Oh, I'm doing all right here. Was very much, and still am, very much enjoying your gameplay here, Kirby. This
game is very fun.
A lot of fun, yeah. Would you recommend this to someone who wanted to maybe not even speedrun, but just play it casually?
Honestly, like this is like top 3 Kirby games of all time for me.
Wow.
Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just hits all the right spots with just like the simplicity, but also the complexity of like a Kirby game.
What else have you been working on in your stream lately? You had mentioned RPG Limit Break earlier coming up.
Yeah, Three Houses actually has probably been the only thing I've streamed after my vacation because I've just been really focused on that. So I want to like do a world record sweep on all the routes for that. Before my vacation, I did a run of what's it called? What's it called again? What's it called? I did a lot of Sonic Advance runs of the trilogy. Those are kind of on the shelf for now, but you'll probably see me go back to those at some point if you follow my stream, because I run those pretty actively. Right now, Three Houses is my focus, but also I'm known for running the Sonic games, and I forgot about an ability I'm supposed to get.
We have a question from the chat. What are your top 3 Kirby games?
No!
Heck, I'm sorry, Kirby.
Oh, it's not your fault. Okay, top 3. This game and Planet Robobot are up there, for sure. As for the third last one, that's a hard question, because like really, I'm of the opinion that pretty much every main Kirby game's good. I mean, like, a lot of people's answer would be Kirby Superstar because Super Nintendo and nostalgia, and like, I don't blame them because it is a very good game. I don't know if I put that as top 3 for myself personally. If I did, maybe Kirby Superstar Ultra or DS Remake. Probably, if I had to say. Yeah, so Kirby Superstar Ultra and this game and Planet Robobot. So, yep. By the way, yeah, I actually forgot I was supposed to get Crash, which is like a one-time use ability, and that lets you hit the switch and not use Ninja, but I forgot to get Crash, so oops. That's okay, you got to see the intended way to do that puzzle. Hooray, intended methods. And this is the last time you'll see high jump used, which I don't think they brought back after this game. Never. They did not bring it back to Triple Deluxe. I don't think they brought it back in Planet Robobot. Oh no, you'll see it one more time actually. Yeah. All right, so high jump's known for its vertical mobility, but it is actually relatively fast horizontally too. It's faster, and it's not like super fast, but it is better than just sliding with Naked Kirby. So. A shark here, I think. Got it. So, like, I mean, we don't have other better horizontal abilities, so we might as well make use of high jump while we can. But yeah, just because I didn't list this Kirby game as top 3 doesn't mean I dislike it. I think, like, pretty much every 2D Kirby game is very good. Like, this is just the kind of series where you can't really go wrong with any game, in my opinion, including the spin-offs, for the most part. I was supposed to run Kirby Canvas Curse actually for GDQ, but like I over-practiced and had hand issues, so I needed to back out of it, unfortunately. But Glorious Liar, who I was on couch for, did a run of it a few years afterwards, and he did a fantastic run of Kirby Canvas. Kirby Canvas Curse is like one of those really gimmicky games where it's like, you never control Kirby himself. What you do is you draw lines to move Kirby. And it sounds really, really weird, but like, it's very well designed around that. Too. And there's a lot of really cool tech with it too for speedrunning. So, and we get to see Grand Hammer. This is the last time we'll see Grand Hammer as well. So, I do like Forgotten Land a lot, but I know some people probably disagree with me on this. I don't know if I like Kirby in 3D as a whole as much. I think I strongly prefer 2D overall. But like, that's a personal preference thing. Forgotten Land is still a very good game. I think it is very good. I just don't think the 3D does it for me as much as 2D. But that is a subjective thing. I think it's because like the fact that like, and this is obviously kind of a subjective thing as well, the fact that it's in 3D means like you just have a lot less depth with every ability you can use. Also, Dreamland doesn't have any tutorials with abilities anywhere, which is kind of annoying. So like you don't really have like an up attack or a down attack or anything like that, and I value that a lot from a lot of the modern Kirby games. But you don't have that in Forgotten Land because you're in a 3D environment, and the fact that you're playing a 3D game limits that. It's an inherent restriction. That's pretty much like my stance on that, but it is still a very good game, and I know that a lot of people just prefer a 3D game, 3D movement overall in general, and that's okay. That being said, they're all still great games. Can't go wrong with them. All right. So like, I mean, I'll definitely admit that I'll be a little bit sad if they like permanently transition over to 3D Kirby. That's a personal preference. Although it doesn't seem like they are, they might just be to kind of do both.
Yeah, I mean, they never got rid of 2D Mario altogether, so I think you're in good hands.
Yeah, we'll see. So, and I just like the art style a lot for 2D Kirby in general, which I mean, it's still good in 3D. I mean, I guess I'm being a little nitpicky with this, but I do kind of miss when Kirby games were 60 FPS. Because they kind of stopped being 60 FPS starting with the Switch. Because Star Allies is a 2D game, and it's not 60 FPS. You can just notice it's very laggy. And Forgotten Land is also very laggy, and not 60 FPS. But that's me being nitpicky, so I will completely admit that. But, you know, they're still great games. Okay. 4D Kirby win. Alright. Yeah, Canvas Curse is probably like top 5 if I had to include more. Like, Canvas Curse is like a very gimmicky game, but it's also just really fun and lots of replayability too. Also, that's the game teaching you that hitting these switches is very dangerous, because, yeah.
We also have a lot of fans of Dream Course. Do you like that game, Kirby?
I haven't played that in so long.
Yeah?
I remember liking it, but I don't remember anything about it. Oof. That was forever ago. Alright, so we haven't seen Leaf in a while. Again, you've seen it early on in the run. Very good ability. Just very good DPS. And we do this attack. You're not quite dead, but that's okay. Alright, so that's the second stage of World 7. I think the end of the stage actually has kind of a bit of a run killer. And a bit of... what the heck am I saying? Because this is the one time where you need to go for a mix in 100%, and it saves a lot of time if you get it. What we're looking for is Wing. Fire, Tornado are also good. Got it. First try. Why can't that happen in serious runs? Seriously, why can't that happen in serious run? Oh my god. So that is random. Like that. Okay, so the entire roulette is random, so I have to pay attention to the roulette and count. And then once I see Wing, I have to just count 21, 22 past that and try to time it. It's like the entire roulette's random, so you can't guess or get the same thing every time. But like once you see this entire roulette, it's gonna be the same after that. So like, of course I get it in this run. That being said, like if you also get like Fire or Tornado, that's also fine. As long as you get something that helps with horizontal mobility with iframes. Because you really want the iframes a lot in this kind of stage, because you see a lot of those things. Lots of giant fireballs that are really scary. And again, if you touch these fireballs, your ability's gone. If you also dive into a pit like that, your ability is also gone, so don't do that. Okay, that was a little scary. Iframes, iframes, iframes. Yeah, so you just see how powerful Wing is in this area with all the iframes you get. And Wing is also really good against this mini-boss if I execute it properly. Okay, dead. But this music is really intense. And for good reason, like, things are just gonna get more intense. Oh. Good thing we had iframes during that animation. Right. You know the drill, just wing, 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 wing. And then we want to fly up here, because there's an energy sphere in this door. Okay. And this is the last time we're going to see the shoe from Super Mario Bros. Say goodbye to the shoe after we get this. And the shoe does wear out after a time limit, so you kind of need to swap to a new shoe. That shoe didn't have a very long lifespan. Shoes are pretty expensive. Kirby should probably take better care of his shoes. Boing, boing. And we need a shoe to break these yellow blocks. So. Okay. Then we have next room. Oh, this room, okay. So you're supposed to use this to protect the area above you. So this is the intended use for it. You just kind of wait and wait. Doesn't really matter what you use, so we're just gonna play around and just fly around. Because we're pretty much just bottlenecked by this part. Because we have wing. Okay, this is probably the scariest part in the entire run and very anxiety-inducing. I am not memeing. So this key we just got. We can lose... If we die, we cannot get the key back. If we lose a key, we cannot get the key back. This is a one-shot thing. And you have one shot at it. If you lose this key or die, you have to redo the entire stage. And touching those fireballs, you redo the entire stage. Touching the lava, you redo the entire stage. This is just incredibly scary. And miss one of those platforms, you redo the entire stage. You have one shot at this, and we're good. Okay.
Well done, Kirby.
That is so anxiety-inducing. Like, I am not memeing. It is so scary, and the music doesn't help. It's very fitting, but it also doesn't help. All right. So this part's kind of fun because you have an ultra ability, and the game just throws all these mini bosses at you. So we're just gonna kill a few for fun. Boop. Goodbye. So you can tell you're just meant to just have fun and just bonk these and just feel like you're super overpowered. Like that. Goodbye. I'm not gonna do it to everything because you don't want to do that in a speedrun because it's slow. Then, oh yeah, who here used an ability here and just got themselves crushed? Because if you destroy these things in the background, the floor will fall. Like that. I have absolutely done that. I got to myself crushed, I'm like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. Not in a speedrun, of course, but yeah. Alright, bamboo stick. So this is not the last time we'll see Ultra Sword. We will see it again, as an FYI. Okay. And we have, but this is the last dimensional rift in the game. And the gimmick of this one is lots of fireballs. Lots and lots of fireballs. Very scary ones. So like, okay, we don't have an ability, so we don't really care about losing one because we don't have one to begin with, but they still do a lot of damage. I'm going to be a little careful. Ow. Like that. Just saw me lose like 1/3 of my health. that's intentional damage. Okay, that's not. I think we fight 2 Speedrunners in this one at the same time, and conveniently enough, we have a very good ability for that because it covers a wide area. Oh, well, do it.
I love this ability.
Oh yeah, double rainbow all the way. I cannot help but make references to really old memes, and I am okay with that. Oh, I want that. I don't think they brought water back in any game. I know they didn't bring it back in Triple Deluxe or Robobot. I don't remember if they brought it back in Star Allies. They did it in Forgotten Land. Forgotten Land doesn't have that many abilities in the first place. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. It's been a while. Maybe they did. I'm pretty sure they brought it back in one game after this. I don't remember which game, though. Okay. Oh, there's a goal, but, you know, we'll just go up to this moon here instead. Whee! This is a fun little secret again. Whee! This is a reference to Kirby's Dreamland 1. Or Spring Breeze from Superstar. Because there is a moon that you can just enter like that and have a similar secret like that, so. Oh yeah, Star Allies has it, yeah, that's correct. And Poison does exist in Robobot, which is a very similar ability. Okay, so we can go beat the game now. We will not, because we have not 100% of the game yet. We've collected all 120 energy spheres, and another requirement for 100% is to clear all the challenge rooms, which we just unlocked the last one. Wow. So we're gonna go back there. And these challenge rooms are kind of like, there's what they sound like. They're basically ILs, or individual levels, where you're supposed to like do a score attack, where you have to like never take damage, collect all the coins, and do it quickly. And these are really fun for like an IL freak like me, because score attacking these is all about like getting a perfect score as fast as you can, because every half second gives you more score. But like, you also want to make sure you never take damage anywhere. You want to kill every enemy, you want to get all the coins, and do it all cleanly. And so it's a very fun, but also difficult challenge. That being said, your score doesn't matter at 100%. So we're just gonna blitz through these and not care about our score. But like, they've really designed these really well around these abilities. Like, you can tell they knew about all the little exploits you can do with these abilities. So the first one we're doing is water. Kind of just tell how well it flows. The pun not intended, but we'll pretend it's intended. Boom. Can do this. Want to wait a bit. Okay, that was too early. And again, if you're noticing, there's kind of no hit lag when you surf through enemies, which is another benefit to why, another strong point of waters. I guess I should do that. And there is also like a Kirby Anniversary game that's based off of the physics for this game, and that game has like a lot of challenge rooms for like fighter, wing, a smash ability, sword, bark, carousel. I actually speedrun that too. I don't remember their name. Dark Soul, I think. They did a run of Dream Collection at Online GDQ last year, and did a very good run of it too, FYI. So I highly recommend checking that out. Alright, so that's what we got, a silver medal? Bruh, that should be bronze. I played too well. Gosh. Alright, so we're gonna see Bomb, and we get to see a little bit of an exploit with Bomb in, I think, the second room. Okay. Get to bowl these bombs and hit these bomb blocks. And also bowl this one. That. Okay. So we can outspeed this by doing these bomb drops puffs. Because bomb dropping gives you a little bit of extra horizontal mobility, and you're not kind of not supposed to get hit there, but that's okay. So yeah, that doesn't save much time, but it's a little bit faster than waiting on the platform and riding it. This one we cannot outspeed though. So I'm just gonna hit all these switches for fun. Swing. Oh. I'm surprised that hit. And bomb also has another attack where like if you press the 1 button just as you touch an enemy, you'll just instantly plant a bomb on them. And that's the fastest way to move because you're not stopping while you do it. We got a bronze. Let's go. We got a horrible score. Let's go. All right. High jump. So high jump has... There's a really cool touch they added to high jump. You can charge your high jump, which doesn't really do much, unfortunately. And there's another perk they added with high jump in this challenge room. But for now, first we just have a lot of climbing to do here with high jump, and just try to ignore enemies as much as possible because they cause hit lag. There's like a lot of secret rooms you can enter with more score, which you kind of have to go for if you want a good score. So yeah, high jump can high jump downward, like that. And you're kind of required to do it to do that cleanly. And we have to do it again here. Pretty cool. I would say pretty much every Kirby game is meant for kids, but also has like an extra mode that's really difficult for as a challenge, and that's why I love the series. Or one big reason. You can play it however you want, kind of. Okay, that's it. All right, so we have 4 challenge rooms left. We're gonna go for Sword, which is not a very good ability, but you know, we're forced to use it here. How are we doing on time, Sky?
Let's take a look here. I'm showing almost 250, 249.30 right now.
All right, I think we'll be good, but I guess we'll see. If this run will be mercy killed or not. Because like we pretty much just have the final boss gauntlet left after these minigame rooms.
I mean, you got till 3:15. It looks very realistic.
We are more than fine on time. I was not supposed to do that, but that's okay. Kirby is for everyone. I agree. Okay, well, don't do that. Right. Yeah, you're just kind of descending here, cutting these ropes. You don't care about damage, just go to the end. I have done runs of Dream Collection. I think I have the second best time for King's Trophy, which basically means you have to platinum every single room in one, which requires getting a perfect score on everything and never taking damage. So I've done that before. Obviously, it's a very difficult run because a single mistake means several minutes, but it's fun. So this is one of the few times where we get to see whip being used. It just isn't very good in terms of mobility, but this challenge room kind of does a good job of showcasing what whip does. But unfortunately, for whip, we don't care about it because faster to just skip everything like this. You're supposed to ride a platform that takes you to the top like this. This one you can't outspeed, but the first one you can outspeed. Go. Wing. Okay. 2 to go, I think? Yep. And we have this one. Enjoy the cat jam. Because this is the last challenge room that you're supposed to unlock. It requires all energy spheres. This is the Naked Kirby challenge, where the gimmick is you have no abilities. And you have to just carry all these abilities, and you get to ride on these things like these shoes. And we're skipping it because it's slow. Shoes are slow. Gimmicks are slow. Okay. Boing. Or not. We do want this though, because we actually kind of need the cannon to kind of go through these areas quickly. The cannon shots are kind of luck-based because they kind of their trajectory kind of depends on your speed, which is kind of annoying. Like if you happen to be sliding while you're moving, you kind of shoot at a more horizontal angle. And like, but it's not really random as far as I know. Maybe, but I could also be talking out of my ass, honestly. But it feels random, kind of. So, it's annoying. And if we want to use this, and this is like the one time in a speedrun where you actually want to use the barrier, because it's just fast. Kind of need protection, so. You can kind of tell how clever the level design is, honestly. Even though I'm like skipping a lot of it because I don't care about my score. And then we get to get the shoe again, and this time we do need the shoe. Now we don't need it anymore. We're just gonna skip it and just slide to the end. All right. And we have one challenge room left, and there's a reason why we left it for last, because it's wing, and we want wing. So I think the world record actually uses Ninja for the last set of bosses. That was a route change that was made after I ran this game, so obviously I'm not familiar with Ninja strats. But Ninja is a little bit faster than Wing for the last bosses. Not by much though, but it is a little faster. I kind of just prefer Wing too, but we're just gonna stick with Wing. Oh. So there's like a lot of enemy setups where you kind of intended to do all those combos in those combo charts that I showed. Like this one, you're supposed to do this. Get all the enemies and the points at the same time. Okay. And that's it. So that is 100%. We're not going to see a notification of it until we beat the game, but trust me on that. We did 100% the game. You won't see the notification until after you beat the game. Now we're going to go straight back to Dangerous Dinner and fight the last bosses. All right. All right, we're about to fight Landia, the boss that Magalore asked us to blow into smithereens. Also, fun fact, this music is basically the Ridley theme. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's a big flying boss. Wow, imagine an ability that is very good against air.
That's great.
Okay, first phase done. So he's gonna split into 4, and you want to go for the one with the crown because he takes double damage. I don't know if it's actually double, but it takes more damage. That is unfortunate. But yeah, pretty fast boss. All right, run is over? Question mark? Oh, that crown. Thinking emoji. That crown looks suspicious. Oh, someone's coming. Bravo, Kirby. You've truly earned your reputation as a hero. Your help defeating Landia was invaluable. Ah, at long last, it's mine. Okay, spoiler alert, he takes the crown and gets a power-up. That's why, if you spell out the first letter of every world in this game, it spells crown. Just FYI. And now we have an auto-scroller. And we team up with the dragons. So the dragon has three different moves, kind of. You get to just mash, and every time you tap the one button, you fire like a few stars. It's bad. The other attack is you get to charge. That. And the other attack is if you charge and shake your Wiimote, you get like a super projectile like that. And you pretty much always want to charge because it's just way more powerful than just not shaking. And also it even shoots projectiles backwards. And you also have a melee attack, which is this, which is also actually really good because you're invulnerable during it. Well, outside of getting crushed. Yeah, like the boss Magolor, when you see the actual final boss fight, you can tell he's heavily inspired by Marks from Superstar. Again, this game is pretty much like a love letter to Superstar. Okay, so that's the first half of this auto-scroller. And then now we have these stars. They hurt. Yeah, you just saw my health just drop like a rock. They hit you like a truck. And I don't want to get hit by them. Okay, I don't mind this auto-scroller too much because it just kind of gives you a nice little break before the final boss gauntlet.
Yeah, it vaguely reminds me of Nova.
This is basically Nova, yeah. Like, not basically Nova, but like a very clear reference to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get your bobble emotes, because this music is a banger. I love this game's OST so much. Like, one of my favorite Kirby OSTs of all time, honestly. I'm trying to think of other Kirby games that I like the OSTs more than this game. Obviously, subjective. Triple Deluxe, I actually like Triple Deluxe's OST a lot as well. It probably competes with this game's, if not better, in my opinion. But like, again, pretty much every Kirby game has a fantastic OST. You can't go wrong with any of them. Alright. So that's the auto-scroller done, but we have a boss to fight. We have to fight the ship that we just repaired. And the easiest way to handle this quickly is to just keep spamming your melee attack because of the iframes. So we're just gonna keep spamming it and hope we hit every hit. Second phase. Yeah, Switch Remaster is like the thing, I'm pretty excited for it. It's the kind of thing that no one asked for or expected, but I'm not gonna complain. Because I love this game. Maybe they'll follow suit and make one for like Triple Deluxe and Robobot 2, because they're on a 3DS and they deserve more love too. Alright. Also, nice star count. Alright, now we actually fight the final boss. And we enjoy the Ridley theme a bit more. Okay. We'll definitely have to focus for this fight, because this fight is pretty difficult. And hopefully, Wing will do a good job of destroying him. Okay, never mind. Okay, phase 1 done. And of course, pretty much every final boss in the Kirby game has like this super attack where it just kind of sucks you in and you just keep running. Okay. Here. Okay, that's the second phase done. Now we have to, so if you remember the Grand Doomer fight, we had to destroy these star barriers using ultra abilities, and we're doing it, and we also had to keep the wing around. We're doing the same thing. You get to enjoy this music too. So we get to use Monster Flame against him. Boom. The timing on that's really tight, because he's going to disappear right after and do an attack from the background where you can't hit him. You're losing quite a bit of time. Now Monster Flame's gone. We just have to wait until he gives us the next Ultra ability. gonna pause buffer this, I think. Right, okay. Flare beam. Gonna spawn on the right side. Boom. Get the wing. Gonna do the giant black hole attack again. Okay, this is 50-50, I think. Never mind. Oh, heck. Oh, I missed my opportunity. Good to hit him. Oh, don't lose the wing! Okay. Phew. Almost lost it. That would have been very bad. Okay, one barrier left. So the last, spoiler alert, we're gonna use Ultra Sword again. Oh, it's back there. And after you destroy the last barrier, you're supposed to use Ultra Sword for the last hit, but that enters a really long animation. We're gonna skip that. We unfortunately missed the 50-50. Because it's random which society spawns on. This is not time, by the way. There's one more phase after this.
Really?
So we're gonna skip that animation, yeah. So the game looks like it should be done, especially after all those Ultra abilities. And then we have to fight his soul, just like Marks from Scorpio Superstar. So this is the actual final boss fight. And the music is a banger. Too bad we probably won't hear much of it. Okay, you really need to do... He was about to go into the background for a really large attack, but I barely got him in time. Time will be coming up soon, I think? Yeah, soon. Time. Oh, this game was fun.
Just under 305, looking like 304.52. GG, you've done it, Kirby.
Woo! This game is awesome. Go play it. Yeah, definitely play this game. This game is awesome. I am surprised at how much I remembered that. Like, I just kind of remember where he teleports just without thinking. I guess I just practiced this boss way too much back then. But we've also had some funny little moments of silly deaths and stuff, and you know, that's okay.
Yeah. So Kirby, yeah. I have to ask, do you have any shout-outs?
I think the first shout out I want to give is to, again, I've given her a shout out already, but to Joselle. We actually did a race in a GDQ practice room at AGQ 2013, and that was definitely one of the most memorable races I've done with her. No one saw it, no one really saw it, but that was like the first time I really did a race in person with someone, because she also like did a lot of work with routing 100%, contributing to the routes, giving some tips and stuff too. And she also did took a lot of movement-based data that helped like understand how movement works in this game with different abilities. She also did a handful of GDQ runs herself. She's done a run of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. She did a race against Psynox in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And she also did a F-Zero GX run. So yeah, she's a really good runner. She's kind of retired at this point. She doesn't really run games anymore, but I still want to give a shout out to her because she's just a pretty cool runner in general. I also want to give a shout out to Demolition, Demolition 1414. He did a lot of work on this game and a lot of the modern Kirby games as a whole too, and definitely gave a good amount of competition in terms of like the ILs and stuff. A lot of tips as well, and he's another very good runner of a lot of the modern Kirby games. I haven't interacted with him as much, but he's still a cool person, so definitely wanted to give a shout out to him. And probably just forget other people if I keep naming names, so I think I'll just stop there in terms of shout outs. Last shout out. Shout outs to Skybells for asking me about Mercy Kill.
Oh, of course.
Having me on her show.
Yeah.
Skybells is cool. You should give her a follow. She does a lot of silly and fun stuff herself on her stream, including Pokemon Kaizo Ironmons and stuff.
Yeah.
And as for me, I may want to run this game again. This makes me kind of want to run it again. But that won't be for a while if it happens. I do on my own stream nowadays. You'll see me speedrun like Fire Emblem Three Houses. I also run the Sonic Advance series, and you'll see me do some randomizer streams too of some Zelda and Metroid games. And I just run a lot of games in general too. So yeah, that's about it for me.
Well, Kirby, I wanted to give you a best of luck at RPG Limit Break. We're very much going to be cheering for you.
Thank you. And speaking of RPG Limit Break, it's a bid war between the 3 houses at 3 houses for our 3 houses race. Donate for Blue Lions. If you play 3 houses, you know who Dudu is. He's a character known as a physical tank. We make him a magic user in the speedrun. Donate for Blue Lions. So.
All right, we will keep that in mind. Few notes here before we take a break. If you are watching on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. If you're interested in looking at our live content starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Never Before Seen will return at its normal time in 4 weeks right after Mercy Kill. Stay tuned though, because our programming's not done for tonight. For the special episode of Challenger Approaching, coming right up after the break. Take it away, Adaf.